บริหารนะครับจาก JSL นะครับคุณอั๋นวัชระแวววุฒินันท์นะครับและคุณแพรรัตติวันก็มาดูอยู่ณตอนนี้ด้วยนะครับรวมทั้งยังมีคุณบูบูด้วยนะฮะคุณบูบูก็มาดูด้วยนะครับขอเสียงปรบมือให้ผู้มีอุปการะคุณของเราทุกท่านด้วยนะครับที่มาดูอยู่ณตอนนี้นะครับผมสำหรับนะครับท่านที่กำลังชมอยู่นะครับท่านสามารถจะรับชมได้3ช่องทางด้วยกันนะครับนั่นคือ www นะครับ ignitefightclub.com นะครับหรือว่าทาง Facebook Page นะครับอันนี้เป็นภาษาไทยนะครับและเสียงบรรยายภาษาอังกฤษนะครับทาง YouTube Channel จาก Ignite Fight Club นะครับและติดตามข้อมูลข่าวสารครับนอกจากนั้นเนี่ยต้องขอความกรุณาเลยนะครับดูแล้วเนี่ยกดไลค์กดแชร์และกด Subscribe ด้วยนะครับความมันนี้คุณผู้ชมจะติดตามตลอด3ชั่วโมงไลฟ์สดเต็มๆเลยทีเดียวนะครับในลำดับแรกครับก่อนที่การแข่งขันทั้งหมดจะเริ่มขึ้นนะครับผมขอเรียนเชิญนายกสมาคมสมาพันธ์ศิลปะการต่อสู้แบบผสมผสานประเทศไทยคุณจิตินัทอัศดามงคลให้เกียรติมากล่าวเปิดงานด้วยขอเสียงปรบมือให้คุณปลายด้วยครับสวัสดีครับคุณปลายครับครั้งที่3แล้วเดินทางมาถึงตรงนี้แล้วคุณปลายกล่าวอะไรเพื่อเป็นการเปิดงานหน่อยครับวันนี้
ครับก็ต้องฝากขอบคุณทั้งนักกีฬาเพื่อนๆสื่อมวลชนแล้วก็สปอนเซอร์ทุกคนในวงการนะครับที่ช่วยผลักดันเป็นพลังผลักดันสนับสนุนให้กับวงการกีฬาศิลปะการต่อสู้ผสมผสานไทยหรือ MMA ไทยเนี่ยให้มาถึงจุดนี้ได้นะครับคราวนี้เป็นครั้งที่3แล้วสำหรับงาน OneShin คัพทัวร์นาเมนต์เนี่ยซึ่งครั้งนี้บอกได้ว่าexposure ของเราเนี่ยดีขึ้นกว่าจากเดิมจากครั้งแรกที่เราจัดเมื่อปีที่แล้วเนี่ยมากเลยเราได้รับการสนับสนุนจากทั้งสื่อไทยแล้วก็สื่อต่างประเทศในการโปรโมทงานในการแข่งขันครั้งนี้แล้วก็คราวนี้การแข่งขันของเราเนี่ยระดับความเข้มข้นการแข่งขันเนี่ยและคุณภาพเนี่ยสูงขึ้นทุกปีนะครับในทุกๆครั้งที่เราจัดอย่างคราวนี้เราก็จะมีการจัดเป็นทัวร์นาเมนต์แบบ3รุ่นแบบ4 man ทัวร์นาเมนต์อีกรอบที่มีนักสู้จากทั้งประเทศไทยแล้วก็ต่างประเทศเนี่ยเข้ามาร่วมอยู่ด้วยนะครับรวมไปถึงว่ามีทั้งเป็นซุปเปอร์ไฟท์ต่างๆแล้วก็ที่จะลีดไปสู่ในงานที่จะเป็นไฮไลท์สำคัญอีกงานหนึ่งในวันพรุ่งนี้ก็คือ Ignite World Championship รอบไฟนอลด้วยนะครับ
โอเคในวันพรุ่งนี้รอดูกันได้นะครับในตอนนี้คุณปลายอยู่กับเราตรงนี้ก่อนนะครับเรามาถ่ายรูปกันก่อนเพื่อเป็นสักขีพยานของงานใหญ่ที่กำลังจะเกิดขึ้นนะครับผมขอเรียนเชิญนะครับมิสเตอร์เคอร์ริตบราวน์ครับประธานสมาพันธ์ศิลปะการต่อสู้แบบผสมผสานนานาชาติ IMAF นะครับร่วมถ่ายรูปผู้บริหารจาก True นะครับคุณบีนะครับคุณบีพีรพลนะครับผมขอเรียนเชิญครับขอเรียนเชิญนะครับขอเรียนเชิญคุณอั๋นนะครับวัชระแวววุฒินันท์นะครับเรียนเชิญคุณบูบูด้วยนะครับผมขอเรียนเชิญครับขอเรียนเชิญคุณแพรด้วยนะครับผู้บริหารจาก JSL Global Media นะคุณแพรรัตติวันนะครับเชิญนะครับพี่แพรสวัสดีครับก็คือผู้อยู่เบื้องหลังนะครับผู้ที่ให้การสนับสนุนนะครับให้การแข่งขัน MMA นะครับของคนเราเองในประเทศไทยเนี่ยแหละครับพัฒนาได้ก้าวต่อไปสู่ระดับโลกกันเลยทีเดียวนะครับโอเคนะครับขอบคุณท่านผู้มีเกียรติของเราทุกท่านเลยนะครับขอเสียงปรบมือให้ทุกท่านด้วยครับผู้ที่พัฒนาวงการ MMA นะฮะเป็นเกียรติกับเราอย่างมากเลยทีเดียวนะครับผมพักผ่อนกันตามสบายก่อนนะครับผมเดี๋ยวรับชมความมันกันอย่างต่อเนื่องเลยทีเดียวนะฮะและความสนุกและความมันในการต่อสู้ของเราวันนี้ครับผมต้องบอกเลยว่าขาด2ท่านนี้ไม่ได้ครับเพราะ2ท่านนี้เนี่ยเป็นผู้บรรยายต้องใช้คำว่าผู้บรรยายกีฬาระดับเทพนะครับขอเสียงปรบมือต้อนรับณติงสุวัฒน์กลิ่นเกษรและคุณปาล์มพสิทธิ์สุทธิกุลสวัสดีทั้ง2ท่านครับเป็นเกียรติเหลือเกินนะครับทุกครั้งที่มีการต่อสู้ณติงกับคุณปาล์มก็จะมาร่วมอยู่กับเราเสมอขอบคุณมากๆเลยทีเดียวนะครับผมนั่นคือในส่วนของการบรรยายภาษาไทยนะครับทางด้านภาษาอังกฤษครับสามารถเข้าไปฟังกันทาง YouTube ได้นะครับในเพจ Ignite Fight Club นะครับผมคุณจะรับฟังเสียงของมิสเตอร์มาร์คแอปบอทและมิสเตอร์จอห์นนัทนะครับ อย่างที่กล่าวกันไว้นะฮะในตอนต้นนะครับว่าการแข่งขันวันนี้เนี่ยเรามีคู่ต่อสู้กันหลายรุ่นเลยทีเดียวนะครับสำหรับคู่แข่งขันประเภทซุปเปอร์ไฟท์ครับมีถึง5คู่ใน4รุ่นนะครับส่วนประเภททัวร์นาเมนต์นะครับมีถึง6คู่นะครับในการแข่งขัน3รุ่นนั่นเองครับโดยกติกาการแข่งขันประเภทซุปเปอร์ไฟท์นะครับวันนี้การจะเป็นการประกบคู่นะครับเพื่อตัดสินสู้กัน3ยกละ3นาทีมีเวลาพักแต่ละยก1นาทีนะครับจากนั้นทำการตัดสินผู้แพ้ผู้ชนะกันได้เลยนะครับสำหรับการแข่งขันวันชินคัพซุปเปอร์ไฟท์วันนี้นะครับมาดูรายชื่อกันสักหน่อยดีกว่าว่าใครเจอกับใครบ้างนะครับคู่ที่1ครับรุ่นมิดเดิลเวทธนวิทย์ลิขิตพบกับทัชชัยธริยะคู่ที่2รุ่นเฟเธอร์เวทกรดนัยพันธ์สิริพบกับธนากรสมคเนคู่ที่3รุ่นฟลายเวทครับวรพลกลั่นเจริญพบกับอนันต์ป้องเขตรุ่นที่4อะตอมเวทรุ่งนภาพวงศิลป์พบกับพรวิมลบนสูงเนินรุ่นที่5รุ่นเฟเธอร์เวทครับเป็นการพบกันระหว่างพิสตาบุญเยี่ยมกับ
For this OneShin Cup presented by M Storm, it is all happening here. True for you, Isuzu Fairtex TMAF. It is all happening, Mark. Couldn't be happier to be with you and getting ready for some good old mixed martial arts fights of the Thai MMA variety.
Definitely looking forward to the fights this evening here. John, we have a tournament. John, why don't you take us through the tournaments that we have going on today?
Well, again, we're going to start this OneShin Cup up with super fights. First in the middleweight division and then in the featherweight division, and then that will continue on into what are the tournament fights. These first fights are going to be 3 3-minute rounds of action. Then the tournament fights will be 2 3-minute rounds of action. We will go back to more super fight action. That is 3 3-minutes, and then finish off with the finals, 3 2-minute action. Now remember, Mark, this is amateur mixed martial arts. No elbows. The only leg lock that's allowed is a straight ankle bar. And again, no pressure point strikes or small joint manipulation. This includes the back of the head and the spine area.
And these fighters will also be wearing 7-ounce gloves. And
7-ounce Fairtex gloves.
But they will not be wearing shin pads, or will they be wearing shin pads, John?
I believe, again, during the tournament, they will be wearing the shin pads. Let's see. Again, I'm not sure what the TMAF is doing for this here, the OneShin Cup. Remember, this is a 2-day production with OneShin Cup today and Ignite Warrior Championship tomorrow.
Ignite Warrior Championship tomorrow, kicking off at around about 7 p.m.
Correct.
And then going on until late, with the finals of all the fights that have been culminating up until this point over the last 2 or 3 months. Really interesting format, the Ignite fights for tomorrow. They've been 1-round fights,
yes,
which is kind of crazy because the fighters have to get going right off the mark, which is really, really interesting. That will be tomorrow. But back until today,
our host with the most kicking it off right there, bringing out our first fight of the evening, and he comes out just dancing.
There you go, that's a dance move right there.
That's not that Fortnite dancing. Are you into this? The kids are into it.
I've not been into that. I just loving his moves there, to be honest with you, John.
And you can see Rung Kong in his corner. He's breaking off the Wakanda. Luke Adams, the Bangkok Fight Lab team.
Rung Kong will be fighting tomorrow.
That's what I was going to say. I'm very much looking forward to that. He's taking on a Butch Prapa.
Yep, which will be an interesting fight, but I think Kong is pretty confident in his ability to win that fight.
He's a very confident human being right now, probably because of his hair. His hair is doing everything
for him.
He
has
like
amazing hair.
As you can see, our blue corner is inside the OneShin Cup cage. 6x6 meter cage. And now, Tatachai Taria, bring it in for the red corner. These are heavier boys.
These are heavier boys. This is actually an 84-kilogram bout. These guys are, again, because they're amateur, they're still kind of finding out what their correct weight would be. They're still getting used to a lot of their weight cuts. I often find, John, that a lot of these guys fighting at 80-plus kilos should be down at around about 70 to 77. Yeah, a lot of them, they just, let's be honest, they're not dieting properly. And then the weight cut, they have a lot of problems with the weight cut. They don't know how to do the hydration and the rehydration. But
education is key, knowledge is power.
It is key, but the great thing is when you've got 2 guys in here, both the same weight, both probably a little bit overweight, it evens itself out.
And it makes for great entertainment here in JSL Arena. There you have the tail of the tape right there for this middleweight undercard bout. Basically a super fight, and as you see, they do have on the Fairtex shin pads. So again, 7-ounce Fairtex glove and the shin pads on board for this Thai AMI MMA masterpiece that's going on here at JSL Arena. Official John Lai in charge of the action when it gets underway, and we are going 3 3-minute rounds of action for these first 2 super fights of the evening.
Let's see how this 4-kilogram weight advantage is going to work out for Tachai. He is 4 kilograms heavier.
Ooh, starts it off with the low kicks, trading them up. Look to engage. Goes up with the kick, and again, battling up against the cage right now. Up comes the knee from Tachai. Tachai, again, using those 4 kilos that are kind of based around the love handle section.
That's exactly where they are, which in the stand-up's not going to create nearly as much of a difference as it will on the ground. But then again, a lot of these Thai fighters, because of that strong Muay Thai background, they prefer to stand and strike.
Brings up the knee, Tachai, and now he's got him north-south position, trying to take the side and keep him down.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's really important to remember, because this is amateur, the ground and pound and the ground game is vastly different. You can't hold someone down and then drop the elbows down.
Correct.
So the strikes on the ground are much more telegraphed, and it does change the dynamic with the ground game. Really, really in favor, to be honest with you, with the stand-up striker, because he's not going to get beaten up as badly on the ground.
Great trip there. Again, Tachai staying on top position. And now he's lost it. He is on the bottom now. And we're wondering about those 4 kilos, Mark. He's already breathing out of his mouth. I mean, again, these guys knew they were coming in here. They needed to be in shape. And he is already letting the wind go out of the mouth.
It's also interesting seeing these guys backstage there, John. I was actually watching Tanavit practicing a lot of the moves I'm seeing here with Luke behind stage.
Right.
Whereas I saw Tachai kind of chilling out.
Yeah,
and I'm wondering if that has anything to do with the discipline they've been taking to the cardio game, the training in general. But here we got Tachai back on top.
And or the nerves. I mean, these guys are stepping up from, most of these guys are coming from very amateur level fights. Street Fight Thailand level fights. Big shout out to those guys.
Street Fight Thailand's awesome. Check it out.
And yeah, now we see the rabbit punches coming from Tachai. Again, back to the north-south position. 1 minute left here in this first bout. And he rolls almost anaconda-ish without a choke in place.
Yeah, you probably want to have the choke in place there before you take that roll. Otherwise, this is going to happen and you wind up on the bottom.
And Tanavit now gracing his compatriot with the top position. And he is staying on top, keeping that body level. And you know, Tachai needs to put those heels into the canvas and umplot his hips up and get out of this position where he is now getting the Fairtex gloves rained down upon him.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of these submissions, not only are some submissions not allowed, because of the amateur level of fighting, they're not going to be knowing a lot of the submissions that we normally are used to seeing in the high-level professional fights. Not only that, but just to reiterate the point of not elbowing your opponent when you're on the ground, it changes the game a lot.
10 seconds left here in this first round of OneShin Cup action. And that is the end of round 1. Round 1 in the books. Mark, how did you enjoy that first round? How did you see it?
To be honest with you, John, that kick right there, that did it for me. Really loving to see these creative strikes. And you can see they're coming from Street Fight Thailand.
Of course.
When they do these creative moves. I'm a huge fan. I want to see how they come into the cardio into the second round. The first round, usually things are a little bit slower and they're going to feeling each other out. That was quite heavy for these guys who clearly, I'm going to say Tachai may need a little bit better conditioning. So it's going to be interesting to see how they come through in the second round. Sometimes it is deceptive. They're not actually that tired and it's the adrenaline dump. They're actually for the first time fighting in a studio. Or not the first time for all of them, but
yes,
they're not used to having the lights, the camera, the action, and that adrenaline dump can actually kind of wear off and you can recover from it in the second round. So let's see how they go. How do you like that fight there, John?
Man, I'm enjoying Tachai again. We've both seen him backstage and how lovely he's been sitting around,
just
if you
chilling
will.
Out.
Exactly. Calm as a cucumber. And sometimes I enjoy seeing fighters that are like that, when they can just stay relaxed. And as you were talking about, I was saying he was breathing out of his mouth quite heavily, but he does look calm and composed
He does
now
look.
again.
He does look much better. He actually looked fine right when he was sitting down in the corner, and his creative kicks are not working out so well with Tanawit.
That was just a straight to the jock
That
kick.
went straight to the nuts.
And here at OneShin, we are fans of, again, procreation, baby making, and we do not want anybody to lose by way of low blow. So he will get a lot of time.
That
Great.
was not
Great low
even
kick.
that was not even going anywhere other than straight.
It really was just going to the crotch. And
So-
I feel for that man right
So
there.
Tachai will be allowed the standard 5 minutes. Generally speaking, people don't take 5 minutes, and I find that to be a bit of a problem. Like, he just took a direct shot.
Yes, he should take his
He
time.
should take his time. Sometimes people feel pressurized into going back, and they're still kind of
It's a great
winded.
punch.
Oh, another one.
another
That
one.
went straight.
Into the old baby maker, if you will.
Wow, it's almost as though he has a vendetta against him, a personal one, that because both of those strikes almost seemed aimed.
It really, right there, again, couldn't have been more on target.
Yeah, both of those have been. He needs to take his time here. He needs to not feel the pressure to get back and really just take that time. Both those shots have been cleanly aimed at the groin.
You could hear
to
it.
the point where you could actually take away some points, deduct some points for that, because within 1 minute, 2 shots clearly aimed at the.
The jewels, at the jewels.
Again, I'm a big fan of creative striking, John. I do love to see creative striking, big moves, big sort of leave it out there. But when they're aimed at the manliness, then not so much.
Yeah. There you see Luke Adams again in the corner.
Yeah, he's
Actually commenting on it as well.
a
And
little bit-
again, you can see the face. I've read a lot of Men's Health magazine. You do not want to take repeated blows.
No,
to the
you
old,
don't.
Below the belt.
The
region.
one, you don't even want to take the one, John. You don't.
No.
To be honest with you, John, you don't need to read a magazine to know that.
Any gentleman in the audience knows that we can feel his pain. And again, they'll get there a allotted amount of time. He is given the sorry, and he is given the call that he's back to action.
I would personally consider removing a point for that, but I'm not a referee, so it's not my call.
Right, great low kick to punch right there. Good combination had. And the
Tachai
flurries.
seems like he's really got a vendetta to settle here. He really seems angry. He is throwing shots.
Oh, and a great leather to face right there. Fairtex leather connecting as he brings up the knees himself right now.
You can see his face. He is looking
Ooh.
angry. He does.
That is a rabid dog right
He
there.
is not letting this go. He is going to
No.
keep on chasing this until the
Great
fight.
shot right there. with the
That
right.
might be it. That might be it, John. He hit him hard.
Man.
I would have stepped back and continued with the striking there, but he is really going for the kill here, John.
Tachai's eyes are wide open. The guy looks like he's just in shock right now. And he is scary, man. That is
Yeah, he
scary
looks
individual.
possessed right now. But then again, John, I can totally see it. You take 2 shots like that,
Yep.
you'd be pretty angry as well.
Yeah, let's hope he doesn't lose his calm to the point where he gasses himself out, because he is really forcing himself onto his opponent right now. Tanawat doing everything he can up against the cage. You can see a little bit of blood
Been
going from the
opened up,
nose.
yeah.
And again, now the leather is coming down.
Yeah, he's going to... Tanawat has really got to get himself out of this position. He's in a really bad position. He needs to try to get himself away from the cage there. He needs to get himself in a different spot, because he's taking a solid beating, and now he's in a very bad position that he's just losing points here.
With 1 minute left in this second round, it is Tachai who is on top of his game and in just invoking his will right now.
Tachai is holding his shoulder there. Is this a doctor?
We are checking out the cut right now.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is amateur, so one thing we need to repeat is the rule set, and also, just generally speaking, amateur fights will be stopped by referees much more early than they would in
course.
professional bouts, because these guys don't have to protect a record. You don't want to fight an amateur and then find yourself in hospital for 3 or 4 weeks afterwards. So fights generally stop a little bit earlier. There are more doctor stoppages. This is something that...
The OneShin Cup is about growing the game,
And-
and we don't need any
so far, everything that the OneShin Cup's done has been fantastic for growing the sport.
and we don't need any injuries that are unneeded in this OneShin Cup cage.
It's also good to see these fighters fight frequently, and then they can pick up their skill sets
Ooh.
quickly. That was a
Great
great
hip toss.
takedown.
The hip toss, though, reversed right away as Tachai back into the position that we've seen him in for most of round 2. The guard is closed by his opponent, Tanovit, who again is looking to see what he can do off of his back in terms of submission. And that is what we need to see here. Study it, ladies and gentlemen, the growth of mixed martial arts happening here in the Kingdom of Thailand. And the submission just brought up and brought back down.
Like a Rampage Jackson way out of that one there. Just powered his way out of that. John, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to score that one completely for Tachai. I would have removed a point. I'll be honest with you. Those kicks were offensively aimed at the groin. And then after that, Tachai came back ferociously.
Well, let's see it in the replay. Because again, it was the second one. Okay, great again kick that came there. That was when he was getting just angry.
Pummeled on, yeah. He was just...
Tachai again looked like a man possessed. After he took the second shot, he decided he was going to change his game plan, and he went out there full on aggression, full on red mode, and he actually imposed his will very, very heavy-handedly.
Tachai has been clasping his shoulder towards the second half. That I'm not too sure if he damaged his shoulder from any of the hip tosses, or it could have been from throwing a lot of punches. A lot of punches can damage your shoulder quite a lot. You can see he's now stretching his shoulder off the cage. It is his left shoulder, so it's not his power hand, so he'll still have the power in his right hand. But I wonder to what extent that's going to change this round.
Yeah, by the way, no playing possum there, was there? You know what I mean?
No.
He's not hiding the fact that that's...
yeah, that his shoulder's hurt.
Yeah. I, again, would possibly not be stretching it out like that in
you
front of my opponent.
Yeah, you don't want to show that off too much.
Does a great job of getting the underhook right there, changing it up, and now he's back on top. That was a interesting little grapple to takedown. I mean, there wasn't really necessarily a takedown, actually. It was more just heavy leaning that brought his opponent down.
Back
the weight. And now he is on
top.
top.
He's on top in full mount. He's going to be raining these down. You've got to really work to intelligently defend yourself, because the referee will stop this fight.
And there
you go.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
Tachai.
Good performance.
Tachai Tiraya, your winner, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go over for the official announcement in a moment. But Mark, again, that looked like a man possessed. After the second round, you know, we're talking about getting low blows and how they are detrimental to your game plan. Well, that just changed it right around. When he took that second one, his game plan went from being calm and collected cucumber to being angry warrior.
And John, you know what? I'm going to have to take that comment back about their weight being out and their conditioning, because even with that high output, his cardio didn't seem to be that much of a problem.
Yeah,
he was composed. He came into the next round, and he was still having a great output, lots of strikes, really used those 4 kilos to his advantage.
We'll be handing it over to our host with the most inside the cage for the official announcement. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Your Azuzu winner in this middleweight competition, Tachai Tiraya, via strikes here in the third round. And look at that man. He is getting his Fortnite on, getting the dance going. I've just learned this from my nephew, by the way. Everybody does Fortnite dances.
I've heard about Fortnite. I haven't seen the dance. I love watching how in Asia people are very creative with their walk towards the cage.
Oh, yes. Showmanship. And our MC, host with the most, letting us know that the second bout is underway. OneShin Cup MMA tournament live here at JSL Arena Stadium, Coliseum, Bangkok, Thailand. You should go there. And this is going to be featherweight 66 kg action.
Now, as you saw there, Kondanai came in at 60 kilos, so he's, or 60.2 kilos, he's nearly 6 kilos under the weight for this category.
Yes.
It'll be interesting to see what weight his opponent comes in at, because if his opponent comes in 6 kilograms heavier, that'll be 10% of his body weight given up.
It is pretty wild
in a fight, and that'll be a huge difference. But that being said, I can't see there being that much of a change. Let's see.
blue corner in the OneShin Cup cage. He's got Prach Whoopa again, the son in his corner. As the red corner makes his way out, Tanakon Somkane.
He already looks bigger.
Very slick.
69 kilos, John.
Yes, 69
kilos. That is you. As soon as the gates opened and he walked through, you could see he looked a lot bigger.
Well, I love it. It's the grassroots MMA growing strong here. Again, JSL Arena providing the action, the finest amateur action in Southeast Asia. And again, for those of you who are true diehard fans of mixed martial arts, watch the growth of Thai MMA. Watch this. Plans on doing it this year, plans on doing it into 2019. We know that the OneShin Cup and the Ignite Warrior Championship are lighting the fire that's burning up the storm here. We're gonna
get some amazing Thai fighters coming through. The great thing, as John and I both know, with working with the Thais, is when you offer them a fight, they say yes.
Oh, yes.
They don't ask who, when, where, why, how. They just say yes. And that's why they have the fight records they have.
Correct. But this is a much more educated group. We've seen a lot of the, the Mr. Cock guys are on there, so that you got some guys that have some heavy MMA records, and then you have some guys that have no, some heavy Muay Thai records, and then you do have some guys that have no Muay Thai experience.
And they come straight into MMA. Correct. Almost directly.
He's got that one arm over, one arm under, controlling the head, but no chance of a guillotine there.
And Tanakon's already down, found himself on the bottom there, even with that massive weight advantage. You would expect him to be much more dominant on the ground than this.
Well, Korn,
it is early, though. It is early.
Korn doing a great job of implementing his game plan, of taking him down. And again, he is grinding it out, bringing his feet forward. Red corner doing a great job of shrimping to get out, but he's not. He still has that hand over the head, almost locking up, still trying for almost a guillotine, but he's not going to get it.
He's not going to get it. He needs to abandon that.
Yes. Closes the legs finally, which again, he's actually putting a lot of effort into closing the legs, getting them really tight, but he doesn't have the other side of the neck in danger. And as I'm saying this, maybe he's going to tap. Wild things happen here in amateur Thai mixed martial arts scene. But you can see right there, he's breathing, his neck is fine.
He doesn't look like he's in much trouble.
Giving a little bit of rabbit punch.
You got to be careful with these smaller rabbit punches to make sure they don't look like a tap. A lot of the times in these guys in amateur, they're not too... I've seen it before. This level here, these guys are a little bit high level, but sometimes these little rabbit punches, they can look like a tap. And you got to be a bit careful of that.
Grinding his face right now. Again, staying very calm.
So Tanakon needs to change up his game plan here because he's going for a guillotine that's not there and he's not gaining any points from this position. He's going to give up this round going for a submission that he doesn't appear like he's going to get. I can't see him getting this.
No, and Korn, again, just content to do the rabbit punches. Ian Cartwright, our referee in charge of the action, on top. And again, they lock up back on their feet and grind up against the OneShin Cup cage. Oh, great knee to the solar plexus.
Wow, that was a big knee.
Again to the sternum. Good way of lifting up those knees. Right into the chest and stomach area, and he still is holding on to this neck. Loves it. Loves the guillotine.
Yeah, maybe that's his best submission. Maybe that's the submission that he spent the most time working on, and he wants to get it.
Yep.
I guess if you keep on going for it, you might get it.
Eventually.
Oh, he got it. He got it, John. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen.
Never quit.
Never quit. Stick with your dreams.
Never quit. Never give up. Never surrender. And I'll tell you what. You can have a guillotine like that man right there. Tanakon Somkane. Definitely took it to him right there. And we will have the official announcement of your winner in just a moment. But that was surprising and fun.
That was. As Bruce Lee says, don't fear the man who learned 1,000 kicks, fear the man who learned one kick, and he did it 1,000 times. Yes. This guy's been practicing those guillotines.
He wanted that guillotine bad, and now look at the smile on his face, ear to ear, baby. Good times had by all here at the OneShin Cup tournament. Big shout out to Shannon Wirachai, Rika Ishige, and all of the Team Thailand looking to grow the game.
53 วินาทีจากมุมแดง The Red Corner ธนาธรสุขคะเนศ
Wow, that was 7 seconds left in that round there, and he managed to pull it off.
And
I'll tell you what, though.
Both you and I were doubting him.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though. Kornanai needs to hold his chin up high. He gave up 9 kilos in that bout. And right up until that submission, he was doing very, very well.
ในวันชิงคัพซุปเปอร์ไฟท์รุ่นมิดเดิลเวทนะครับคือทักชัยคาริยะและผู้ชนะวันชิงคัพซุปเปอร์ไฟท์รุ่นเฟเธอร์เวทจากมุมแดงธนากรสุขคะเนศปรบมือให้กับ2 ท่านนี้ด้วยครับ
So there you go, have it. Our MC just going over the 2 winners of those super fights that started off this OneShin Cup tournament is about to get underway. The super fights at the beginning are now taken care of, and we are about to start the 6-match tournament that is the OneShin Cup tournament. Bangkok, Thailand, you should go there.
We have a few foreigners in this bout as well, John. A few
Friends
of
of
our
Master Tongs, by the way.
a few of our Farang friends.
Yes.
From Master Tong, did you say?
Yeah, Master Tong knows these guys from back in the day, and that's how they've come into this.
So I heard Master Tong was wrapping people's hands up backstage, and apparently not only is it a masterwork that he does, but he apparently takes no time at all doing it.
Yeah, he is very fast. It's almost like origami. You know, he's just wrapping away.
Pretty much everyone else who was wrapping up felt very, very insecure about themselves watching Master Tong.
Demasculated everybody else in the back room. Our great OneShin teams of referees and judges. Nick, the headhunter right there. Love that man. Does everything right. You can catch him down at the Fairtex Pattaya. That facilities is absolutely remarkable.
I need to spend more time there. Looks phenomenal. And as you can tell from the name,
Yes, there he is, Master Tong walking him out.
foreigner with Master Tong behind him. Master Tong training some of the world's very best in MMA.
Former team alpha male coach, so Uriah Faber, Cody Garbrandt, TJ Dillashaw, he's been holding pats for all of them. And the one that I like, who he always gossips about, is the old Paige Van Zandt.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he's got lots of gossip on the beauty that is Paige Van Zandt. So yeah, Master Tong in the corner of this young Alexander Dean Montenegro. Remember, this is bantamweight tournament action, 61 kgs for these gentlemen. Our lovely OneShin Cup girl, ring girl, letting you know that round 1 is coming up. Bantamweight is Zuzu tournament goodness about to happen. Now again, a lot more Muay Thai under the belt of the blue corner, your Thai warrior fighter.
He also has a distinct height advantage there, as you can see when
Yes.
they were squaring them off, which if you are going to be using Muay Thai as your primary weapon, that's going to help him out a lot.
Round 1, and again, Alex goes right into lateral movement. Nice spinning stuff. Kids love it.
These are 2 3-minute rounds, ladies and gentlemen. 2 3-minute rounds.
Again, Thai opponent gets more spinning stuff.
Wow,
out
he
there.
actually landed that.
Yes.
That was an amazing spinning back kick.
Alexander doing a great job with lateral movement. And again, remember, this is not Muay Thai. This is the sport of mixed martial arts. Silibakan Dosuba Pason Pasan in the Thai language.
Beautiful, John. Beautiful.
Thank you very much. I study. Again, very good head movement coming out of the red corner. He looks to be a more well-rounded mixed martial artist as opposed to our Thai warrior in there who, once again, is seeming to do a little Muay Chaya stance. Oh, goes for it, grinds him up against the cage.
I'll tell you what, Siri Rod's striking is looking really, really good. That being said, Alexander has great head movement. He's got great lateral movement, great head movement. I'm just wondering if Siri Rod is going to pull off a strange angle strike and end this. He has landed a couple of those.
That's his third one right there. Third one of the match. Coming with the, I mean, my man's a tornado.
See, if I were Alexander or in his corner, I'd be telling him to get involved in the ground game. He's not going to be doing so well at this range. Not only does he seem to be outskilled at this range slightly for Muay Thai, like at the Muay Thai range, but also he's at a height disadvantage.
Another Superman punch. So this guy's coming from everywhere.
He
throwing
is
a flurry right now.
Lots of different angles, but he needs to be careful because you can see that Alexander is a well-trained fighter. You can see his head movement. You can see his foot movement. You can see he's good.
Yes.
If you go in there with these flurries and let your hands down, you might have to pay for that with the end of the fight.
I'll even go one step further, Mark, and say if you go in there with the flurries of punches and your chin up, as he just came in, you know, he is chin high right now, and I think Alex needs to be taking notice of that.
When Alex is shoulder high, chin low, he is in a very, very good defensive position for striking.
He's got great L steps, too. I mean, I don't know if he rocks any pugilism in his game, but, ooh, great kick there. I'm telling you, though, the one that's bringing the heat, the one that's coming with more action. I mean, remember, defense doesn't score points either. So Sirorot is really the one that's landing.
I'm really, really enjoying his striking. He's bringing in lots of really creative strikes, big moves from the outside, and he's not letting them go as well. He's not throwing them and then leaving them. He's chasing in a bit. He just needs to be careful when he chases.
Well, we've been discussing how we enjoy Alexander Dean Montenegro's style in terms of his movement of head, but we actually haven't seen him land anything flush yet, whereas we've seen his blue counterpart.
It's going to be interesting to see how Alexander comes into this next round, because if you're in the corner of Siri Rort, you might just be telling him to do exactly what you're doing, but just keep your chin down when you move in, whereas Alexander's corner man may be telling him to change the game plan, because whilst, as you said, John, he has a good defensive movement, that's not scoring points.
As we take a look at the replay, and that's what it was. That great Superman punch, great angles used. And Sirorot, again, in terms of actual striking and landing, I'd say he'd have to take that first round.
Yeah, I would definitely give that round to Siri Rort quite clearly. I'd say that Alexander needs to come out with a different game plan, take him down, and see what happens on the ground.
Our lovely OneShin Cup girl letting us know the future, and the future is round 2. Remember, 2 3-minute rounds of action here, the OneShin Cup JSL Arena. And again, Master Tong in the corner of Alexander Dean Montenegro, letting him know that he needed to take the fight to his counterpart. Round 2.
Let's see how...
Oh, great.
So here you go. You can see Alexander's changed his game plan. He's going for the ground. His corner has clearly told him that he's not doing so well on the exchanges on the feet. Just take him down on the ground and see what happens here. Then again, that's also on the premise that Siri Rort has no ground game, and that may be a false assumption.
Well, what we want to see from Alex is he needs to level change a little bit better. Yes, he's bent over from the back, but he did not squat down in order to grab those legs.
Which removes all power when you're trying to take people down.
And Sirorot is able to capitalize and now brings up the knees. Great knees. Covers up very well as he backs out. Does not see a need to go in for the strikes right there, Sirorot. And again, Sirorot staying calm. He's the one that's been late. Oh, another spinning. Alex covering up very well. Looks for the fake Superman, brings up the left leg.
Alex isn't throwing these shots with enough power to do much damage. It's more like he's trying to find a range and get his confidence back. Whereas Siri Rort is throwing a lot of these shots with a lot of power behind them.
Neither of these athletes look like they have ill intention in their kicks and punches, though.
No, not super intentions, but in the first round, well, this round's dying down for Siri Rort a lot. In the first round, a lot of those kicks were a lot more powerful than they are now. But Alex definitely seems to be almost finding the range with the striking as opposed to knocking the guy out. He needs to take him down.
Oh wow.
Well, there you go.
The reverse of what we're discussing, as Alex is now brought to the ground by his Thai opponent, who is looking to get that leg out, looking for full mount. And he's doing a good job with these rabbit punches. Just to the side of the head. Referee, make sure he's not hitting the back of the head. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, no pressure point strikes, including the back of the head and the spine.
And Alex managed to get himself into guard very, very nicely from half guard.
Legs are open, though.
let's see how he is from his back. Is he going to try and get out of this? Is he trying to go for a triangle?
Sirot doing a great job now, bringing him down. Nope, he can kick to the body.
The
The referee was stopping it because he didn't want him to go for the head. No soccer kicks obviously allowed here, but
Yeah.
I think he was. I think he was. I mean, he hit
that
the
was
arm.
that looked to me like he was going for the body. It seemed
Yeah.
okay. The referee was probably wanting to give him a warning to not go for the head, which
Yep.
is fine.
Stiff jab. As Alex moved in, Sirot hit him with a stiff jab. You can see right under the eye. Oh, great kick by
Oh.
Alex.
That definitely changed the dynamic, but too little, too late, John. What do you think?
I'm not sure right now, as Sirot does get the takedown again. Again, in the judges' scorecards, that has to count. End of round 2, and I believe we will be going to the judges' scorecard. Now,
I would definitely score that for Sirot, John. I think that had that have gone into the 3rd round, Alex may have started a little bit better, but it seemed too little, too late, and then Sirot ended it with a takedown again.
tournament action, Mark. Tournament action. These guys know what they're getting into.
Yeah, you got to be quick. You got to score the points, but you also don't want to blow yourself out so that when you have to come and fight again, you can't. Because they're both going to be the winner of this is going to come and fight again in a couple of hours.
And a big smile on the blue corner's face. Believes he's got this one in the
Well,
bag as
and
we
I
take
just
a look at
saw
the replay.
Alexander was just lifting up his hand like he's the victor of that bout. So a lot of confidence in both corners that they got the win.
Big smiles, and that's what we always like to see here at the amateur level. Sportsmanship at its finest. It is the cornerstone of combat sports. Couldn't be happier to be here in JSL Arena. Let's hear who it is.
This is a unanimous decision.
Oh, suspense. So suspenseful.
Love suspense.
It's gripping.
Is that a long suspense as well?
Shocking.
Wow. Yeah, that's the right decision.
So there you have it. The winner of this bantamweight bout, and moving on in the OneShin tournament, Sirot Sinchai Tan. Move over to Alexander Dean Montenegro's coach, Master Tong.
Okay, I'm just going to little quick translation there for you. Effectively, Master Tong is saying there's no excuse. Alexander, he didn't win the fight, but he's not going to take it seriously. That was they're here to practice, get better, and he was saying the opponent in Sirot was a fantastic fighter, did a great job, an amazing skill set, and we're getting to see how Muay Thai is a great skill set for MMA.
Oh yes.
And to develop the sport of MMA.
Well, great job by our lovely presenter, and great job by Master Tong in terms of growing the game here in the Kingdom of Thailand. We move on from the bantamweight to the featherweight tournament, 66 kgs. As the blue corner comes out, Sanai Kalprasat. Yisip Songbi. Young guys, I'm telling you, man. It's the youth that's going to come out. I think we have, again, a Mr. Cock guy on this card. I think he's 16 or 17 years old, Mark.
Wow.
So, youngins.
Well, Mr. Cock does bring out the young fighters to the MMA game.
Growing the sport at the high school level here. I was talking to Kirith Brown, who is here from IMAF, president of IMAF, Mr. Kirith Brown. Great judo practitioner. I mean, he's an Olympian, so at the highest level. And he was just talking to me about how IMAF is going to look after the young 16 to 18-year-old range in the next 4 years. The growth of that's going to be fantastic to watch. Make sure you check out all things IMAF. His opponent coming out, representing some good Thai Premier League. And do you see who is in his corner, Mark? Ooh, the Bigfoot himself, Lee Livingston.
Lee Livingston, a great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coach based here in Bangkok. So we've got here in Sitha a Muay Thai background with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, arguably one of the strongest combinations you can have for MMA.
Oh, yeah.
That along with Western wrestling. And
add a little Greco-Roman in there,
yeah.
and you've got yourself a package. Lee Livingston, though, such a good job growing again over at the Big Box, Rama 4. Love that gym.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, this will be 2 3-minute rounds. The winner of this bout will be fighting Siri Rod at around about 7 this evening, Thai
Correct.
time.
We are staying with the bantamweight. My bad. Wrong information in front of me. I excuse myself. So yes, this is the second part of our bantamweight tournament, 61 kgs.
Okay.
Ian Cartwright, referee in charge of the action when it gets underway. Let's get up and let's get ill, fight fans. Round 1. Big kick is grabbed right off the bat, and we are completely engaged. Ooh, he jumps guard.
Jumps into guard. That's and
Brings his feet down.
Wow, they didn't go to the ground. That was a very interesting move.
Grabs the leg.
I'll tell you what, John, looks like Sinai closes his eyes when he strikes. From the first few seconds that went there, looks like he closes his eyes when he strikes. I would then try to keep that on the feet. If your opponent closes his eyes when he strikes, he's fighting a lot of the fight blind, and
Yes.
I'd keep that on the standing up. That being said, maybe he's much more confident on the ground and he wants to take it down.
The young age of these fighters and the young experience of these guys truly showing when you actually close your eyes in the striking
Yeah, you
game.
never want to close your eyes when you're fighting.
Head still locked up, but I don't see any real damage with that carotid artery on the neck.
No, he's looking fine. But then again, John, we've been caught out wrong here. If
Yeah,
you keep on chasing your dreams with
Yeah,
those,
he got it done, brother. You want that guillotine so bad, he made it happen.
He did. He doesn't remotely have the angle here. Now he's found himself just on the bottom there, and effectively mount up against the cage.
Yes.
And let's see what Sitar can do with this.
And he's actually very spread out too. You can see the legs he's not digging his heels into the canvas. He's not trying to lift his hips up.
Yeah, it looks like he's almost going for an escape, a hip escape, but he's not really.
There's no shrimp movement there, so he's not getting that hip out well enough. Again, and the gloves are now.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, no elbows. So that's why the striking, if you are watching this, you've just tuned in, you can't rain down any elbows. You have to intelligently defend yourself much more in amateur MMA than you would in professional MMA, because this fight is looking like it may not go on too much longer if
Great
he's
shots to the
really
side.
high up. Sitar's really, really high up. Sinai is looking like he's not enjoying this at all.
No. Fairtex gloves are finding a home basically on the side of the forehead. Needs to lower it down, put one on the jaw.
So Ian Cartwright's doing a great job. He is letting this he is letting this fight go, which he should. But how much patience is the referee going to have? How much is he going to let this go?
Some hammer fists now coming.
Are they landing?
That was enough. That was it. Mark, you said it. How much patience does the referee have? We just found out. About 15 seconds.
Again, amateur fights will stop much earlier than professional fights. We want our fighters to have a healthy record, be able to get back up on their feet and fighting again very, very soon. John, that to me just seemed like a big experience difference there. Sinai just seemed like he was not experienced in taking punches. You got to keep your eyes open, keep composed, and keep fighting again. Ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about intelligently defending yourself, a lot of people get confused about this. There's a difference between defending yourself and intelligently defending yourself. Intelligently is you can see where the strikes are coming from. You're trying to get out of the position. You're trying to benefit, get a new position. Just holding yourself up and sort of cupping your head is not intelligently defending yourself, and that
Turtling up is not intelligent.
Exactly. While that is a defense, it's not intelligent.
และผู้ชนะโดย TKO ในยกที่ 1 เวลา 2 นาที 38 วินาที จากมุมแดง The Red Corner
Host with the most, giving you the official announcement for your winner. And moving on in this bantamweight tournament, M Sport presented M Storm.
So there you go. He will be seeing Siri Roth in the final of this weight category in this tournament, which I'm quite excited to see. John, we're going to have a ground fighter, or a fighter in Sita who seems to prefer fighting on the ground, go against Siri Roth, whose striking seems to be very, very crisp and creative. That should make for an interesting final, which, ladies and gentlemen, will be happening at around about 20 to past 7, half past 7 Thai time if you're watching here in Thailand.
And yes, we will move on from the bantamweight tournament to the featherweight tournament. 66 kgs now coming up. This third fight of the OneShin Cup tournament. 6 matches in this, and then we will go on to some more super fights before going into the finals. Blue corner making his way to the OneShin Cup cage. Again, a lovely 6x6 cage. I keep on going back to that because there's nowhere to run to, baby. There is nowhere to hide. When you get this a little bit smaller cage, it provides a little bit more action. You don't have too much space for guys running around. OneShin Cup MMA tournament presented by TMAF and Isuzu. From the bantamweights to the featherweight tournament, 66 kgs for these guys. How do you say his last name there, Mark? Chilipan?
I'm gonna go with Jaran Pon.
Jaran Pon.
This is oh, there you go.
Yep.
You can say this is not a traditional sort of Thai name that you would find around. So
and I'm gonna actually say that it's not Kavon, it's Kevin. That's just me.
It could be Kevin. I guess if you spoke to him, he'd be like, "Hey, I'm Kevin."
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, "Hey, Kevin." So
hey, Kevin. You know they have you written down as Kavon.
Yeah. So
are you French? Les poissons. Kavon. He's making his way. And again, another Master Tong protege. This guy, too, has done some training back in the States, the good old US of A. He's got a great smile on his face.
It also looks like he's being cornered by Alexander as well. So Alexander lost his fight, went out, got changed, and came straight back. I love to see that. That's fantastic.
Oh, it is Kavon. Yeah, I'm wrong. I'm hugely wrong all the time.
It is Kevon, but I'm gonna say that if he speaks to English-speaking people, he might call himself Kevin. You get that a lot in Thailand. People, called Kathi, and then they call themselves Katie.
Yes.
When they chat to you because, we have trouble pronouncing names.
And the action starts up with round 1.
We have some interesting Muay Thai shorts here, so I'm gonna guess that his go-to sport is Muay Thai.
You know, it's funny that you say that because he's got a little Lucha Librador mask on the front of those shorts. So maybe he's into the old wrestling as well. And by that I mean the old Lucha Librador type of wrestling, not real wrestling.
So we do have here a southpaw in Kavon.
Yes. Nice combination there from Cav. He goes with the 2 and he goes with the Superman punch right there.
Big Superman punch.
Exciting times here at JSL Stadium. Bangkok, Thailand, you should go there. True for you, we are live in the English and the Thai language, an international showing for the TMAF. Guys, growing the game here. Mixed martial arts at its finest.
Look like Kevin is throwing some great shots, but he doesn't have the balance when he's finishing some of these shots. You can see it in the Superman, a few of the other bigger strikes that he's thrown. He's not considering how to land and the footwork after. And his opponent could easily take advantage of that.
Yes, he's also staring dead in the eyes of his opponent. He's not looking at the chest.
Generally
Pumps
speaking-
out the left, and then he pumps out the kick. Great job in terms of range for that kick, but his Thai opponent is going to just check it or eat it up or step back like he just did, and they both go at the same time.
One of the first things you learn when you start fighting in Muay Thai is to look much more at the chest than at someone's eyes. You want to be able to see where everything's coming from, feet, knees,
The
elbows.
rotation. You can see in the hips, you can see in the shoulders when that rotation is coming, and with rotation comes torque, with torque comes power, and that comes knockouts.
So these guys are at 66 kilos, so we're in the range where I like to see you get a few more knockouts at this weight.
Yep.
You know, the heavier you go, the more knockouts you get. The shots don't need to be quite as clean to provide a knockout.
Now they're getting on their bikes. They're getting a little bit more comfortable. Kevin's got his hands down. I wouldn't necessarily suggest that, but they both do seem much more comfortable, and then the combinations are starting to open up. Swing and a miss from both guys, though.
It's a very slow rotation for Kavon after missing that shot there. You want to really get that rotation fast.
Yep.
Because otherwise Batiwat will see that you rotate slowly out of these missed kicks, and then you can rush in and take advantage of that.
I like how Chilipan, he's staying cocked and ready with that right hand. You can see it. He's got a little love going with it, a little swing, a little swagger, and he wants to unleash it. And it connects with the side of the head right there as we got 10 seconds left in this first round. Very lovely first round from both guys. Gavin comes with the spinning stuff right there at the end. Very respectful. Both guys smiling. Couple clips off the side of the head as we look at the replay, Mark. I mean, again, neither one of these guys landed right on the button or tapped the jaw, but they were throwing some good combinations, and unlike a lot of the other matchups that we've been seeing, these combinations have been coming in flurries. 1-2 combinations and then adding the kick. I always like to see that because it shows that they're hitting the pads and being coached correctly.
That was a tough round to score. I mean,
Yes.
for sure, Kavon was pushing the pace there more, but I'm going to say Batiwat was taking
hit more
advantage.
counter strikes.
Yeah, he was taking advantage of Kavon's lack of balance after the flurries, which I think he needs to work on a little bit. Just keep that footwork there. Footwork's really, really important. As soon as you lose your footwork, you're going to lose your accuracy, you're going to lose your power, and people can take advantage of that.
Well, seconds are getting out and seconds away from more action here at the OneShin Cup Mixed Martial Arts Amateur Tournament. Big shout out to all the sponsors for making this magic happen here in Bangkok, Thailand.
Round 2.
Ooh,
Wow.
grabs the leg and we go down for the first time.
So Kavon threw a tester kick and got thumped straight back
Yes.
by Batiwat with a much bigger kick, but then they went down to the ground immediately after that. Let's see what they can do from the ground here. How much training have they had? Batiwat is in a very unfavorable position on the ground underneath, up against the cage.
Right. Shoulder against the neck. I mean, I don't think he's going for any kind of Von Flu or anything like that as he brings the knee over the belly.
That was an easy
Very
mount there,
slick.
John. That was that slick or was that easy? It seemed to me that was a little bit easier than it should have been.
Potato.
Potato there,
I'll
John.
tell you the truth. I mean, again, the way that he brought it over puts him right in a mount. We'll see if he can, again, break away from the engagement, make some space, and land these Fairtex gloves
And
on the dome piece.
Yeah, he
Chili
needs to
Pan.
try to be a bit more accurate with these strikes. They're missing him a lot of these are missing, and that's going to gas him out.
And I just wish our young Thai fighters would stick their heels into the canvas and get their hips up, man.
Yeah, that would help so much if he could throw. He's looking
No,
at the
he's
ref.
looking
He's
him
trying
up.
to get it stopped.
Referee says no, he's not done. I can see the whites of his eyes, and he is still lit up and going. The crowd getting electric, man. These guys are loving it.
John, that was a little bit cheeky, wasn't it?
was.
Like he was trying to go for a really premature stoppage there.
And there it is. Great respect shown. And the laughter coming out of multiple corners of this stadium right here.
There was a lot of laughter when he was going for that stoppage. I wonder how much that played in the ref's mind there, because I'm going to be honest with you, John, again, whilst premature stoppages in especially the amateur level is always better than a late stoppage.
Oh, yes.
I feel that could have gone on a little bit longer, and maybe him looking at the referee was not the best.
No.
You know, it didn't help the referee, and the referee shouldn't let that affect their judging.
ในยกที่2ในเวลา1 นาที 31 วินาทีจากมุมแดง The Red Corner เคโอนาดิมี
Kevin Nadimi picking up the W here in the featherweight opener of our OneShin Cup tournament. Again, featherweight division, 66 kgs. And again, great respect shown by both as we go over to Master Tong again.
So effectively, he was saying that the fighter was much more suited to ground fighting, much more effective on the ground than he is on his feet, and that's what we saw happen right there. Much more effective ground game than stand-up.
Well, he certainly implemented it there in the second round.
Definitely. And I think, you know what, you can say what you want about sort of playing to the referee to try to get them to stop it. If it works,
Cheeky.
it works. I think it's cheeky. I think that, but I'm going to be honest with you, John, I think the referee should never let that affect their refereeing. They should see and make their own decision based on the state of the fighter at that point in time. Anyway, moving on to the next fight to see who's going to be fighting Kavon in the final. We have Pawat. Pawat. I'm trying to pronounce their names correctly, John. We have them written in English in front of us.
Yes.
It's a little bit of a guessing game.
Mark Abbott, obviously, a little bit more bilingual than the average bear. Believe you me, because I try to do my best, and this guy knows. So make sure you check out Thai Top Fitness for everything in the savage Thai tongue that you do so well there, big guy.
Do it in Thai.
Taps the top bar with the TMAF sign on it. Blue corner inside the OneShin Cup cage as the cage doors close. And the red corner is brought out, Bryson Dean Collins. Now, Bryson Dean Collins is actually no stranger to the amateur scene here. We've seen him fight at the Fairtex facilities a couple times in some of the amateur smokers. And the guy is really, this is a guy that takes any action he can get. So he was called up.
Including the mullet there. He's got action in the back in that mullet there.
Party in the back, business up front. It's all happening, you know. He's saying that, you know, I'm here. I want to be clear about this. I want to look good head on, but I'm ready to party.
I'm having fun. I'm
ready to party. Big shout out to the best mullet in the game, Glenn Sparv.
Oh yeah, wow, did he grow that mullet?
He has made.
I think that's why he went up in weight was because that mullet weighed him down a lot.
And there you have the tail of the tape of this featherweight bout, and one of these guys is going on to fight Kevin. Featherweight OneShin Cup tournament, 66 kgs. Again, your blue corner, Pawat Tirowit, against Bryson Dean Collins.
I'm gonna go with Bryson Collins. All right,
Okay.
Dean's probably his middle name, and
Yeah, sure.
Thais don't have middle names, so they write our middle names down quite frequently. All right,
As the horn, oh, he's going Muay Chaya. Blue corner's going straight Muay Chaya, bringing the leg up.
He is. You can see that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got a little shimmy in his shake. Oh, great low kick, backs him up, right up against the cage. Referee John Lai on top of the action. Ooh, big swinging, looping overhand right.
He's out. That's it. That's got to be it. That's not a bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he does not know that it's over as well.
Yeah, he doesn't even know it's over. That's how that was the right move.
Great looping overhand right. Really got him right in the eye, as you can see right there. Great respect shown by both guys. I think it was a correct stoppage.
I agree, John. You know, when the referee comes in and stops the fight and you're still fighting, just the fact that you can stand up doesn't mean that your brain was functioning properly to fight.
Correct.
I think that was a great stoppage there. It was a huge overhand right, dropped his opponent, and his opponent didn't know that before he knew what was going on, he was actually grabbing hold of the referee
yeah.
and wrestling the referee.
Some of the
good stoppage.
funniest little bloopers that have ever happened in combat sports happen that way. But you're right. Man, he came in with the little shimmy and the shake. Blue corner was going for that Muay Chai, you know.
Yeah, the Muay...
Had a huge kick,
He had a
drove
huge
his
kick.
opponent back, and then that looping overhand right just laid contact to the eye. And I think that's all she wrote.
Whilst Muay Thai is a great sport for MMA in general because you have the wider stance and it's a little bit more of a ground game, one of the problems is they tend to be a little bit slower. He's not moving as quickly, and you could see that he was standing still. He was a dead still target.
Yep.
You're going to see this. He stands still
Boom.
there, and there was no foot movement, no head movement to keep him out of that shot there.
Yep.
You know, the referee.
There's the replay.
There you
Boom.
go.
Booyah
Clean
shot.
shot, clean shot. And then he
He
splayed his
lost. He
he
lost the
splayed his
arms.
arms open.
Yep.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, amateur MMA. You splay your arms open like that. You don't know where you are. The referee comes in, stops it. Good stoppage.
Yeah, great work by John Lai.
24 seconds in the first round there, John.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the official announcement. M. Storm, a winner in this featherweight bout. And moving on to fight Kevin Nadami is Bryson Collins.
So Bryson Collins against Kevin. Let's see how that goes out. I'm going to say that Bryson didn't really have a fight there. And I don't mean that in any disrespect
Not
to
at all.
What. What I mean is his turnaround, his recovery coming into the next fight will be as though he just hit some pads
Correct.
and warmed up.
Kevin went 2 rounds. I wouldn't say that second round was very impactful, but he at least has huffed and puffed his way through at least 2 rounds, where that man didn't even huff and puff before 24
nothing.
seconds.
Took one shot to the leg and then got a knockout.
Yes, and again, seeing a knockout like that in amateur level, well, I'm happy about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fireworks, brother.
Again, you know, when you got to be so careful in any MMA, but especially with amateur, you don't flail out your arms and collapse like that. The referee will stop it.
Of course. Again, not looking to have any of our guys get too injured. Too badly injured. I don't want them to get too injured. They can get a little injured. Little injured.
You got to have it's combat sports at the end of the day,
course.
John. So moving on to the lightweight tournament, we've got 4 fighters, 2 fights in the lightweight tournament at 70.3 kilograms for lightweight. And here we have Tanin Samol is our first fighter in the lightweight tournament to see how he fares. Again, as we go up in weight, I like to see that this is a great weight category for me, John. I like to see the 70-kilo guys fight because they have the cardio, they have the work rate, they level change, but they also have the power to knock you out. I think it's a great one of my favorite weight categories is the lightweight division.
I think that has happened for everyone in martial arts over the past 10 years. I mean, growing up, we always wanted the heavyweights. We always wanted to see the big boys bang. But now, as education has come to the sport, it is the lightweight division that I consider one of the most clearly entertaining divisions. You got Mike Siwa from Chiang Mai up in his corner right now. Naparat Mida. Fight fit, yeah, the boys up there, getting it done. James Chaney has moved up there. He's a fun fighter to watch. He did lose to Glenn Sparv in China, as we were just giving a shout out to the lovely mullet known as Glenn. Mike Siwa again takes care of quite a bit of fighters, Muay Thai and mixed martial arts.
I like to watch him fight. I like watching people fight. Yeah, he bangs.
And there you go with the tail of the tape. Presented to you by Isuzu. Lightweight tournament action.
So here we have the almost identical. I can't do it.
Virtually identical.
There you go. Virtually identical. There's a very small weight gap, especially bearing in mind this is amateur. Amateur tends to have a larger weight gap in the fights. This is a very similar weight, very similar height. There's a 3-centimeter height difference and virtually nothing in the weight.
Let's get up and let's get ill, fight fans. Lightweight OneShin Cup tournament action here in Bangkok, Thailand. Remember, we are going 2 3-minute rounds, so these guys know that they're trying to get into that finals. Semi-final action and final action is the only chance they have this evening to get that cup. Brought down. Blue corner just bringing the one leg up. one leg out. And red corner not doing, oh, goes into the side control.
Side control, yeah. Interesting how he didn't try to go full
mount
there.
right. He had the option. Now he's got knee on belly.
He's going side, and then is he going to go straight from side into full mount?
Well, he seems to be very happy with
there
the knee on belly.
Full mount. So he went from half guard to side to full mount.
Great transition from our red corner.
He's quite high up, and his opponent has the cage to help him out. But let's see what you said, John, again. Digging the heels in. We've not seen a lot of that. I think a lot of people need to watch these tapes. The amateur fighters in Thailand, please watch these tapes. Watch these guys. And remember, dig your heels in. There you go.
Switches over. And Tanin. Again, let's see what he can do from the top position. You know, again, when talking about amateur mixed martial arts, because the only leg lock that's allowed is a straight ankle bar, what would you be practicing every day? You know
I mean, if you're going to go for a leg, it's pretty simple, isn't it?
You only got the one option. I would really, because so many of these guys lean back so far, you really could just go straight into it. The transition is right there.
I think one of the other things that you need to perfect, a lot of people overlook, like when people start getting to the sport, they're like, teach me a submission, and then they learn one, they're like, another one, and
right.
You should never give up a body position too much for a submission. We saw that happen with Oi fighting on the last card. She gave up a body position for an armbar, and she ended up actually going to sleep as a result of that, which was not a good move. You know, holding good body position, making sure you maintain control, and master the submission.
Right.
Especially, as you said, John, you've only got the one leg submission. Master it. You know,
exactly.
nail it.
He did a great knee on arm position, basically stalemating his opponent right there, and we are back up in it. He's trying to do it again, trying to bring that knee up onto the bicep of his opponent and get that arm defused, if you will.
I like that word, John. Defused.
You know? I'm a master of linguistics.
You are. That you are. This is a great bout of back
Grappling.
And forth.
Yes.
For maintaining control.
10 seconds left here in the first round. Remember, if we do go the distance, we will be going to the judges' scorecards. That is the end of round one. OneShin Cup tournament. Mixed martial arts amateur at its finest as we go to the Isuzu replay. Got brought down, and that round one was all about back and forth grappling in the engagement on the OneShin Cup canvas. Nice rabbit punches, and as you can see, there was a time in the round where they were spaced up, making magic happen with the Fairtex gloves. But really, it was the back and forth, anaconda-like groundwork that was happening from grappling back and forth. Very tough one to score. Glad I'm not judging. Glad I get to use the old gift of gab and just rap into the microphone as our lovely OneShin Cup ring girl lets us know the future. And
John,
the future is round two.
There are two jobs in MMA that I would never want to do, and that would be being a judge or being a referee, because if you do a good job, no one notices you. Like the hallmark of a good judge or a good referee is no one knows your name.
Yes, you are the goalkeeper. You are the goalkeeper of this industry. And when you get scored on, everybody knows
Everyone knows who you are, yeah. I mean, that and being a ring girl, I don't think I'd make the best ring girl.
Oh, you don't go so hard on yourself. You'd be a fantastic ring girl.
Oh, wow. There was some big shots landed there.
Great knee comes up. And they're looking to space each other out. And red corner is saying, no, I will not. I'm going to grind my shoulder up into you, and I'm going to stomp on your foot. Yeah, you couldn't see that right there, but he just did some good stomps on the old toes.
Foot stomps, I think, are underrated. I mean, I remember seeing them a lot more back in the Pride days. I remember seeing them back in the early UFC days. But they're definitely underutilized because they really, really, really hurt. And it can really change your foot movement.
Great knee up to the belly again. Blue corner launching him.
For sure, in the blue corner, Tanin there landing some great shots. Let's see how he moves forward to those.
Goes in and grabs the guillotine, but he does not use the right arm, excuse me, to put any pressure, and he is brought down.
It's almost though he used the guillotine to land a knee as opposed to going for the guillotine.
Yes.
Like it was like almost a strange Muay Thai plum.
I thought the same thing, actually. He used it to bring up the knee, but he did not use it for what was there, and that was the neck. Protect your neck, ladies and gentlemen.
Which is interesting because I think that you could have picked either grab in a Muay Thai style and land some real power for the knee, or go for the guillotine.
Yes.
You know, he ended up hitting him not very hard in the knee, and then now he's on his back.
We are halfway through round 2, and one of these guys has to implement their game plan effectively enough to score it and take it away in the eyes of the judges, as it looks like we are possibly going to go the distance unless one of them makes a little space and lands on the chin.
Well, is he going to go for an... No, it looked like he may have been looking
One
for
at
an
the arm,
armbar,
yep.
yeah, but he's now had that reverse. He's on his back. That's not going to happen.
And he could bring those legs up high. But now, again,
Oh, up kicks, up.
and the referee basically letting him know, no shots to the face from the back. You are not allowed to up kick. Have that donkey kick, if you will. Crush into the face.
Yeah,
Can't hit it off into the body, though.
The up kicks is, you've got to make sure your opponent is standing, fully standing. You know, a lot of the time the opponent's got 2 knees down and a hand down, then you go and kick them in the face. You're effectively just kicking your ground opponent. But just because you yourself are grounded, it doesn't always feel like that, and that's why it's a little bit confusing.
Well, Tanin, again, suffocating his opponent, laying the forearm over the throat. That's not going to get him the submission, but...
Will it get him points? That's the thing. I think at this stage here, if you think you've got it in the bag, you might just settle for a dominant position and go for points. I don't know what's happened here, John.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a tough one.
It is a very tough one to call, but that is the matchup here in this lightweight OneShin Cup tournament. JSL Stadium. You should go there, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow night, Ignite Warrior Championship is going here. An action-packed amateur mixed martial arts Thai amateur, powered by TMAF. And again, the lovely people of IMAF are in the house. Mr. Kirith Brown, I'll give him another shout out. From Fairtex Isuzu, true for you. It's all happening here in Bangkok, Thailand. You should go there. As we check out the Isuzu replay, myself, Mark Abbott, doing the English commentary. We have the Thai commentary going too on the True For You 24 network, and we will hand it over to our host with the most for your official announcement, decision of your winner.
Oh, so this is a split decision. So it's a split decision, John. Again, that is no surprise that this is a split decision, because this was a hard decision to make. In the blue corner by split decision.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. After 2 3-minute rounds of amateur mixed martial arts Thai action, Tanin Sambo is your winner and will be moving on in the OneShin lightweight tournament.
So we're going to bring out the next fight for this lightweight tournament. The next fight, we have Chayarop against Pakpum. Again, still at 70 kilograms. So Pakpum is coming in at 70 kilograms on the dot there, 170 centimeters tall. So not a tall guy, not a tall guy. Let's see how he fares.
Pakpum coming out, again, as a lot of these guys are, with some little Thai Premier League shirts on, and their crew shirts on, and their gym shirts on, representing where they are training out of. A lot of love given by the Thai community. And this will be our 6th fight of the tournaments. And moving on from here, we will go back to OneShin Cup super fight action. Flyweight, atomweight, and featherweight will be those action-packed Thai amateur fights. Blue corner inside the OneShin Cup cage, and we'll bring out his opponent fighting out of the red corner. Try sit. Come on, Panyapat. Love what he's doing with the sleeves there of the Fairtex rash guard. Is that an actual sleeveless rash guard, or did he just tuck them in? I'm thinking he's tucking them in.
Yeah, he's tucked them in there. I'm going to see if has he tucked them in or cut them off, because that is definitely not the shape of a shirt that has been cut like that. I mean, it looks like they've been rolled in.
Mark, did you get your tickets? Because that's gun show right there, bro. That's gun show time.
I wonder if he's, well, I mean, yeah, he's going for it as well. That's how he's doing it.
Referee Oliver Cost, he's in the stands right now, and he is looking for the gun show.
Oliver Cost is definitely looking for the gun show. A handsome Frenchman right there.
M Storm, tail of the tape right there for this lightweight tournament action. Referee John Lai brings him in to go over those final rule sets, and I'm going to go over them again, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, the only leg lock allowed is the straight ankle bar. Other than that, there are no knees to the grounded opponent, no elbows whatsoever, and no small joint manipulation or pressure point strikes, including the back of the head and the spine.
So the knees to the body.
Good times, bro. Good times.
They're always a
go time.
Great one. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the fights tend to be stopped a little bit earlier than you would see. Wow.
Overhand right.
He doesn't want to waste any time. Looks like he wants to go straight to the finals.
Sounded like a Travis Barker drum kit right there. Snare drum sounded off by the red gloves of Fairtex. And we are in some big brother headlock type position on the canvas, grinding up against the OneShin cage.
I'll tell you what, though, I'm seeing more skill here than I saw with CM Punk in his fight. I'll be honest with you, John. We are seeing some big brother headlocks, but CM Punk showed us some things we've never seen.
Oh, man. Hate to be his little brother. Scramble happens up against the cage. Legs looking to wrap around the body, looking to close that guard, and he does. Head grinding into the chest. Let's see what submissions are had from both of these Thai opponents. Trying to make some space and land a little leather on face right here is the blue corner.
That being said, though, I think Taylor in the blue corner is being overly aggressive with the striking, that he's losing position. Now he's actually almost going to find himself, I mean, his opponent was nowhere near getting that triangle, but
Pak Boom just slammed him down, dropped him very well, and that is the end of that fight. He is dazed and confused, ladies and gentlemen.
For a second there, it looked like he was out, but he was okay. There was a good ref stoppage there. There I was, John, saying that in the blue corner, Pak Boom was giving up position for overly aggressive striking, and then he goes and knocks out his opponent. So
yeah,
there you go.
Apparently, we are not doing a very good job with the calls.
We're not very good at this. Yeah, we're not good at this at all.
But Pak Boom again, he brought him up and dropped him down. Now it wasn't a full slam, but it gave him enough position to be able to lay a couple leather shots, and you can see the wide-eyed opponent.
He is still dazed.
In Tri-Sit. He is definitely dazed and confused, still trying to get his motor skills back. Arms are raised, and again, we do not need to have any injuries here at the amateur level. Thai mixed martial arts at its finest. M Storm replay. You can see some great hammer fists were had there.
So again, as you can see, he's he's so hastily going for shots here that he's giving up the position, nearly found himself in a triangle. This towards the end of the fight.
That is the end of the fight.
Good stoppage there. The referee right on top of the action. From where John and I are sitting, that was a really, really tough call to make.
Oh, yeah. So, yes, in this lightweight tournament, Pak Boom goes on to fight Tanin in the lightweight tournament. Yours was changed up. OneShin Cup Amateur MMA Tournament. TMAF and IMAF. Big shout out to everyone growing the game at this level. There you see it. The Isuzu X Series. Big shout out to Isuzu, supporting the sport and growing the game that we so passionately love here in Bangkok, Thailand. Amateur mixed martial arts. Presented to you going True For You 24, Isuzu, Fairtex, Ignite Fight Club, TMAF, all the good people at IMAF, Kirith Brown, Denzine White, those guys are getting it done. JSL, the arena that we are in, the Coliseum, the stadium that is had here in Bangkok, Thailand. You should go there as we move on to the OneShin Cup Super Fights, continuing on with 3 matchups before bringing back the tournament winners from their semifinal action into their final action. And this, ladies and gentlemen, you got the Street Fight Thailand crew in the corner of this blue contender, warrior, beast mode man, as he gets last moment Vaseline put on there by Nick the Headhunter Chapman. Warapon, Control. Goes down on the knees, par usual. A lot of the Thais getting a little blessing going on. Cheers and choke D cup to the blue corner who is inside the cage. Warapon, as his opponent will now be brought out. You heard it right there. Anand Pongket brings himself out to the OneShin Cup cage. 27 years age for this flyweight undercard. 57 kgs. 50 Flight Club reppin'. A couple of the Ignite boys out of that gym. This should be fun action. I don't know if you noticed, Mark, but we do have the Street Fight Thailand crew in the house.
Excellent.
They're in the corner of their blue fighter.
The way that Street Fight Thailand started out was under bridges.
Under the bridge, bro.
In
Akamai.
Under like tollway, highway bridges, in the middle of the streets of Bangkok at nighttime.
You
it
cannot
literally
get more grimy.
Yeah, it literally is. If you think about movie underground scene fighting, that was it. And then, you know, things started to get a little bit more legitimate. They started getting pads out. And
I gave them those. We were the ones that donated them their first mats. Because before, they were just fighting on concrete,
They used to fight in concrete. When a guy was taken down, they had, like, people would kind of rush in and try and, like, not get his head to hit the ground when he fell down.
Zuzu tail of the tape given to you right there for this flyweight bout as we have Ian Cartwright in control of the action, going over those last-minute rules. And again, this is staying with the same amateur Thai mixed martial arts rules. No elbows, no knees to the head of a grounded opponent. 3 judges at cage side, a round timer. And we are good to go. Let's get up and let's get ill. Fight fans, this is round 1. OneShin Cup flyweight super fight.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 3-round fight.
3 3-minute rounds of action. The Isuzu round clock up there giving you the goodness of time as we grind up against the cage and the hand starts grinding. Not allowed to do that as we scramble even more. Red should be taking control of the back right there.
A little bit of shirt grabbing there as well,
Yeah,
which is
man.
you're not allowed to do. But I mean, I can understand that's difficult. You know, you don't. It's natural to do it. It's like grabbing the cage.
Heat of the moment, brother.
Yeah.
You're in the heat of the moment. Your brain sometimes doesn't click over correctly. I know my brain doesn't click over correctly. I'm basically just...
It's like when you tell people
Full
not
moron.
to grab the cage. It's just like, it's so easy to say that
If
until you're
you
getting...
tell me not to, I'm going to do it, by the way.
But also, like, when you're getting dragged down to the ground, your head's just about to smash on the ground, you grab anything nearby,
Yes.
and if the cage is there, you're going to grab it.
Hey, man, if you're drowning, you grab on,
You grab
right?
hold of something.
Pushing the legs away.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to catch a knee there. Again, they're not going to be able to knee to the head, but you still don't want to catch a knee to the body. These Muay Thai fighters, their knees are no joke.
Torpedoes, brother. As you hear the crowd go for that one. They are just engaged, full body lock. Almost looks like he's taking him back. I'm surprised red corner doesn't just, yes, exactly, just jump on it, straight into the mount position. He's right there. blue corner not giving up the hold that he has on. Left arm around the neck, and he's not giving it up. Warapon needs to debate what he's doing right now in terms of his game plan and how to implement it, as he's got shoulder on chin. Grind it up. And again, I want to see these Thai warriors put their heels into the canvas and thrust their hips up to the sky. That is the way that you are going to get him off of you, sir.
I also want to see them going for a few more submissions. So far this evening, we've seen a lot of guillotine attempts.
Yes.
We've not seen a lot else from that. Granted, these are shorter rounds, and the fights are shorter, so people are going for much more creative striking and just general control of the fight. I'd like to see a few more submission attempts, things a bit more, just your armbar, your triangles.
We have not even really seen a rear naked choke attempt this evening.
Or even an armbar. You often see an armbar, when people are in mount. But we have seen switching back and forth of control on the ground. And if you don't have a solid control on the ground, going for an armbar is quite tricky.
They're back to ranging each other out here. JSL Arena. Right on the OneShin Cup logo. And now back up against the cage. Grinding up a little rabbit punch to the quad there. With the last 10 seconds of this first round, you can see again the Street Fight Thailand boys there in the background.
Rabbit punch to the quad, John. Yeah. On the one hand, you could argue that on a very, very close round, you might be trying to get those tiny little points that might push the round in your favor. But all in all, in my opinion, that's a complete waste of time. That
Charlie horse, my friend. You're going for a Charlie horse. I mean, even thinking about it. Are we in grade school?
That hand could be so much better used somewhere else. You could be pulling on the leg, going for a takedown. You could be trying to land some punches somewhere else that's going to be more effective. There's a lot more you could do than thumping someone's leg.
Oh, yeah. A lot of fun being had here in the JSL Arena. Crowd is once again very amused, quite electric, and I just couldn't be happier to be here. The whole OneShin Cup team, hats off to you guys. From Mark Abbott, myself, John Nutt, we are the English commentary team. If you're watching on True4U, Channel 24, big shout out to Azuzu, Fairtex, the Ignite Fight Club, Team F, and everybody for making magic happen here at JSL, Bangkok, Thailand. You should go there. Round 2 will be coming up in just a moment. Lovely OneShin Cup girl, the ring girls, absolute fortune tellers of this industry, letting us know that the future is coming, and the future is round number 2. Seconds out and seconds away from more OneShin Cup action. This is flyweight action, 57 kgs, and we are going into round 2. Blue corner, Warapon. Red corner, Anand. And we are up and ill and ready to go. Round 2. Touch of the gloves, love the respect shown, sportsmanship, cornerstone of combat sports. Remember, we are going, this is not tournament action, this is super fight action, so we are going 3 3-minute rounds of Thai amateur action. Nice kick there brought up. Looks for the right kick and the right punch. Lands the kick, misses with the punch. Left kick brought up by our red corner, who right now, when we're talking about rear naked chokes or taking it back, would love to see it happen. Brings his opponent down. We are back to grinding it out on the canvas. And
again, we have Anand on the top here with Warapon going for a guillotine that's not even remotely there. He's just got he needs to just get his hand back where it can do something else. He doesn't even have it around the neck at all. He needs to bring it round. He needs to be using that to do something else.
Yes. But they're locked up. And again, when you're going the 3-3s, these guys knew that they were coming in here for this one matchup, not part of the tournament. You don't want to blow out the gasket too early. Some guys think it's a marathon. Some guys think it's a sprint. I personally say that you need to stay balanced and you need to stay on top of your game, implement your game plan. Yeah, and right now,
if you're going to go for it, you got to be a Michael Bisping or a Diaz brother in the cardio game.
That is the end of the fight. It appears, again, going for that submission. The referee is saying that it was had. Referee has seen enough. It is his game.
I want to be honest with you, John. I think I missed that. Can you take me through?
He was on, and he was actually going for, that reverse, if you will, rear naked. A couple people are confused in the audience, but he had that submission going, and he had it locked up, and I think Ian Cartwright had seen enough, didn't want our fighter to be in too much danger.
I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit confused. I want to see a replay here as well. The joys of technology and replays. So he looks like he's got him in an arm triangle.
Head and arm triangle, is that it?
That looks like it's it.
There it is, yeah. He locks it up with the bicep right there, grabs it, and I think maybe he's seeing that as a tap. Yep, I saw a tap. Maybe he, once again, like what you were talking about.
Like I was saying, you got to be very careful with your hand. If you're an amateur, you got to be super careful with your hand. If you don't make distinct, intentional movements, it can be read as a tap. You know,
for sure, that's what it was. When you slow-mo it down, and it wasn't a violent tap. He wasn't going with 1, 2, 3, 4, but that one hand on there, Ian saw it. And
I'm gonna say I don't think that was a tap. I'm gonna say that I don't think that was a tap. But again, as I said, you have to be careful. Amateur fights, be intentional with your movements. If you flutter around and stroke your opponent like that, the fight will be stopped.
Correct.
The thing is here, John, he was in a submission, right?
Yes.
If you're in a submission, it's your duty to know that you're in a submission and not to make it look remotely like you're going out or that you're tapping.
Agreed.
So I'm not going to, whilst I don't think that was a tap, I don't think Ian Cartwright did anything wrong.
No, of course, and we saw clearly on the slow motion replay.
It looked like a tap, and he was in that position.
Yes.
So, again, yeah, there you go.
Moving on to the next one, atom weight in the women's division. So, the GLOB. This is the other acronym I use. You know that I do.
What is the GLOB?
The GLOB, G-L-O-B, gorgeous ladies of Bangkok.
There you go. We've got the. It doesn't really sound onomatopoeic, John. It doesn't sound like what it's describing.
No.
Glob doesn't sound like gorgeous.
No,
but I love it. I love it though. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, these two ladies have already fought before. They fought 2 Ignite shows ago.
Yes.
Of which they were in a tournament that is actually going to be culminating tomorrow, and they both got knocked out of the tournament. Now, they both were much more undersized than the other 2 girls in the four-weight championship tournament. And the winner of that bout was Oi, who's coming out right now, who is by far the smallest in that division, and she won the bout.
There you see the weight right
by armbar,
yes.
If I remember correctly, John. She won that fight by armbar. Now, those fights were 1-round fights. The whole fight was 1 round because they had to fight quite frequently. So they've only, whilst they have fought before, and Oi did win that, as you can see Oi here having her Vaseline applied to her eyebrows. While she did win that fight, it was only 1 fight. And that's definitely not representative of her definitely being a better fighter, and it was very, very close up until that point.
She is such a tiny little girl, an absolute spark plug, filled with energy. The crowd loves her. I love her, man. She's certainly
so
a character on...
She's so sweet. I was laughing because she was taking a nap out the back. Her opponent was practicing. She was taking a nap. I hope she's not taking her opponent lightly because she's already won. And I did tell her, if you're going to take a nap, how about an M-Storm? That might wake you up, but she's so small, maybe half a can would be better. So she's like 46, 47 kilos. She was about 5 or 6 kilos lighter than her opponent in those previous bouts. Again,
well, even now when it's closer in weight, she's still losing in size.
I mean, apparently she can't gain weight. Apparently she can't gain weight. Apparently
she said she eats mugata and steak like it's going out of style, but
yeah. Apparently just with her training program, she's not able to gain weight. So again, ladies and gentlemen, she won that last fight via armbar. This fight here, she's on the bottom and she's lighter. That's not going to be a great position to be in.
Especially when Rung Nafa coming out of that Mr. Cock gym. We know that they get a little aggressive when they get on top. She's grinding up against the cage, though, and we are back to standing position.
So now in the stand-up here, this is where Oi really is in a little bit more trouble. See, this is where Oi wants to be. She wants to be here. She's going to go for the armbar, John. I'm going to predict it. Whether she gets it or not, she's going to go for it. She's got the rear naked here.
Goes for the RNC right now.
She's got to straighten her out. She's got to get under that chin. Is she under the chin? Looks like she's over the face there, John.
It does, and she does. She's too high up. She needs to settle back, calm it down. But the energy in JSL right now is very picked up. Everybody is on top of the action here. They love this woman-on-woman action here in the JSL arena. Man, it is crazy. People, again, they love her on the social media.
She does not want to take too many of those shots.
No.
She has taken 2 massive shots.
Oh, and another one.
She's trying to grab the ankles to go for that takedown, but leaving your chin open like that is not a smart move, especially against
The referee giving her the warning. She definitely didn't mean to. That was heat of the action.
The referee, he should give him a bit more time between the warning and the setting them back. So Oi needs to be, because she found some success in her last bout by grabbing the ankles, the old ankle pick, and then pushing her opponent down when her opponent was standing in front of her. But she doesn't want to do that here, and so you can see she's going for it again. But you don't do that and sacrifice your guard up against your face, because you're going to get in trouble. Now she's going for the armbar here.
Yes.
You
People are losing their minds here right
She's
now.
going for the armbar, and
she's
got it again.
Wow.
2-0 against her opponent there. Both wins via armbar.
Man.
Little pocket rocket.
Yeah, JSL just lost the plot right now. I mean, literally, the ladies in the house were screaming their heads off. Absolutely fantastic action. And Mark, I mean, that was a great time.
That was good. I mean, that was exactly the fight that I wanted. She needed that fight. She needed to have a fight that was going to be predominantly on the ground, because in the stand-up there, not only is she not as good in the skill set, she's also smaller, so she needed to have the ground fight there.
Well, it definitely got messy at points with the grappling, and
she needs to really work on that, though, because there were multiple times where she was going for the, you can see, there you go, she's getting knocked in the face whilst trying to take the ankles there, and you need to be very careful with that.
But she extended the arm.
I didn't see the tap though, John. I saw that she went for the armbar. That must have been a verbal tap out, because I didn't see the hand tap.
We were not in the cage, but the referee had it as such, and we will go over to the host with the most for the official announcement of your winner.
Yeah, so I'm going to say, John, that must have been a verbal tap out, because there was definitely no hand tap, and her hand wasn't free. It must have been a verbal tap out. We will definitely
get word from the referee.
Get word from the referee, but again, I'm not seeing any argument coming out of Master Coxton. But that being said, I've never seen any arguments coming out of Master Coxton.
Very respectful.
They're very respectful. They're always super, super nice, and that's always great to see.
I wonder how far you could throw her. That's
I think that could be a sport in and of itself.
And on to more OneShin Cup Super Fight action. This time it is a featherweight bout. And again, 17 years old is this youngster, who actually fought in one of the Trinity tournaments over at the Ambassador Hotel. Remember, that is first round boxing, second round Muay Thai, third round MMA. So that is the only MMA experience he apparently has, is in those third rounds.
John,
but plenty of Muay Thai action under this 17-year-old's belt. He's got over 50 fights.
So John, tell me that Trinity fight, what round did the fight end in?
He lost in the semifinals.
No, I mean, did he get to the third round?
No, yes, he did.
Because what I mean by that is
one round. He has one
that
round.
Means he's got one round in MMA.
One round of MMA.
That is a very, very interesting concept, the Trinity bouts, where they have that first round boxing, second round Muay Thai, third round MMA.
His
definitely
opponent
favors the strikers.
Oh yeah. His opponent, Rung Kong, just sliding out. You'll be seeing that man in action. Comes out like a, wow, showmanship.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Asia.
Yeah,
the best place in the world for ring entrances.
Luke Adams sharing a good laugh with his teammates. Funny stuff, guys. Funny stuff.
So, John, one of the themes I've seen when I was backstage was the red corner was spending time working on ground game, hip escapes, getting out of full guard, getting out of full mount and trying to get guard back. And then I saw in the blue corner lots of naps.
Yes.
People taking naps. Now, again, take that for what you will, ladies and gentlemen. Is that confidence in the blue corner that I've done it all? and now I'm trying to bring my heart rate down and compose myself and mentally take myself through the fight, or is that laziness? And I'll be honest with you, I think there was a little bit of both in there. There's a little bit of both.
Potato, potato, once again. We are about to get underway again. Featherweight action, 66 kgs, as the tail of the tape, brought to you by Isuzu, is shown. Now, Dusita Bunyun is the 17-year-old who once again comes out of Mr. Koch. A lot of high school students get trained by that young man. Fantastic rule set being going over by John Lai. And remember, no knees to the head of a grounded opponent, no elbows, no small joint manipulation, pressure point strikes, including the back of the head and the spine. And we are underway. Three 3-minute rounds.
Three 3-minute rounds, sorry. 3 3-minute rounds.
Straight to the ground.
I have seen more guillotine attempts this evening, John, than I think I've seen
in France in the 1700s. I'm telling you. It is a guillotine show
This
today.
has been the night of guillotines. I think, the little pocket rocket was the only one who went for another submission.
A rear naked
choke.
choke
Rear naked. And
oh,
he's
it's
got
caught.
it. Wow, that was fast. He did not mess around.
Slightly disappointed. You can see in his face, slightly disappointed. He got caught. He got caught in the position. The rear naked choke was implemented, and it was scoreful.
It's about 30 seconds of the first round there, John. That was quick. You can see he dominated him right there. He had the better body position. He knew exactly what he was going for.
Yeah,
he had to remove the arm from behind it. There you go. And then he goes straight, gets to the back. He knew right from the beginning. As soon as he was on the ground there, he knew what he was going for.
Well, it was a Big Brother headlock. You could see it was a Big Brother headlock adjusted over.
And then he had to get the head. There you go. He got the arm from back behind his own head, and then he pulled it out. And his opponent didn't waste any time tapping. Oh, and he's got the gangster sunglasses on. You got to love the gangster sunglasses.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Thug life, if you will, there.
The thug life. The thug life. That's it, John. The thug life sunglasses. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Asia.
It's all happening here.
The entry to the ring is the best in the world.
Yes. If you have not been to Bangkok, Thailand, do yourself a favor. Get over here. You should go there. You have not lived until you come to Thailand.
So, ladies and gentlemen, now we're going into the final rounds of our tournaments. So, again, these are 2 3-minute rounds. Bantamweight, featherweight, and lightweight. So, the bantamweight bout will be Sirirot against Sitha. So, Sirirot will be in the red corner, and Sitha will be in the blue corner. Going into the featherweight bout, we will have Kavon, or as John might say, Kevin, and he'll be in the red corner against Bryson in the blue corner. Remember, Bryson didn't really have much of a fight there. He should be very, very fresh. Yeah.
Knockout of the night so far.
And then we have the lightweight bout with Tanin coming from the red corner, and Park Pum will be in the blue corner for the lightweight bout.
More exciting replays as we move on with this OneShin Cup. Thai, amateur mixed martial arts at its finest. Can't give enough praise to the people of IMAF, the people of TMAF, and the sponsors for making this lovely event happen. And make sure you come back and join us tomorrow for the Ignite Warrior Championships. It's all about that Ignite Fight Club, growing the game and supporting the sport of Thai amateur mixed martial arts here in the Kingdom of Thailand. Myself, John Nutt, Mark Abbott, Thai Top Fitness, all happening here at the JSL Stadium, Studio, Coliseum, the place, Thunderdome. This place is basically Thunderdome. That's what I'm getting at.
That's what we're going to call it, Thunderdome. Yep.
2 men enter, 1 man leaves. There are no losers in combat sports. It takes heart and guts to get in there. But unfortunately, again, 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Great action we had for the first part, and we have 3 more matches to come. These are the finals of this, the OneShin Cup MMA tournament. Mark, can you go over that again for me, please? First fight, bantamweight.
First fight will be a bantamweight bout at 61 kilograms. We have Sidney Rort, who showed us some great striking skills there. He will be fighting in the red corner. He'll be fighting against Sita, who showed us some great ground skills. So that'll be an interesting fight. He'll be in the blue corner. In the featherweight tournament, which is 66 kilograms, we're going to have Kavon, who fought a much harder fight than his opponent, which is in Bryson Collins. So Bryson Collins there barely had a fight. He had one leg, he took one kick to the leg and then a big overhand right, and he won that fight there. That's the featherweight bout, so 66 kilograms. And then the final fight of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, will be a lightweight bout at 70.3 kilograms with Tanin fighting out of the red corner against Park Pum fighting out of the blue corner. These will be 3-minute rounds, so 2 3-minute rounds for the finals of these tournaments.
Fantastic late afternoon, early evening of action here in Thailand. Wherever you are joining us around the world on the old interweb, the global internet, the future, and or on True For You, Channel 24. Gotta love the guys from True For You. You know something about them, don't you?
I happen to know a little bit about True, I happen to. Speaking of which, Kunbi is one of the very high up in True, great guy. He's I just saw him in the crowd. I'll have to go say hello to him soon.
For sure.
He's doing a great job with True and everything True.
Yep. We'll go over and brown nose the heck out of him shortly, won't we?
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. So again, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget that tomorrow we have the Ignite Finals. So Ignite has been going for the last few months, and it's been a tournament style into teams, and each team has been collecting points. But at the end of the day, as we all know, ladies and gentlemen, much like the tough tournaments from the Ultimate Fighter, you know, in UFC tournaments, it doesn't matter how you divide them into teams. Really, at the end of the day, you're looking for that one fighter, that one guy who's going to end up winning something. And tomorrow is the finals of the Ignite tournaments. These have been one-round fights over the last few months, and the finals are tomorrow. That will be running from around about 7 p.m. But don't forget to stay tuned in the Ignite Fight Club Facebook, as well as the Ignite Fight Club YouTube channel for more information. Stay updated, stay following Thai MMA.
Yes, again, I love the packaging that has been put on by the Ignite people. To grow the sport, you sometimes need names, and those coaches from Matthew Dean, Master Tong, Ramba Somdet, and OneShin himself, Shannon Werechai, and Rika. We also had Sanchai come out here.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
Beautiful work. As we turn it over to the man, the myth, the legend, Ply. There's the president of Team F right there. And let's give a listen.
ที่น่าสนใจเพราะว่าทั้งคู่ดูมีความดุดันแล้วก็โดยเฉพาะอย่างคาร์บอนเนี่ยเป็นนักกีฬาที่มาจากทีมอัลฟาเมลของประเทศสหรัฐอเมริกาเป็นลูกศิษย์ของครูทองเก่ามาเนี่ยต้องปะทะกับทางไบรซันซึ่งเป็นลูกศิษย์ของก้องรุ่งโรจน์หรือเจ้าคิงคองที่เป็นนักสู้ไฟนอลิสต์ของเราในวันพรุ่งนี้นะก็มีศักดิ์ศรีของ ความเป็นโค้ชและความเป็นนักกีฬาที่ ต้องเหมือนปั้นลูกศิษย์ตัวเองขึ้นมาบนสังเวียนแล้วก็ปะทะกันเพื่อจะดูว่าใครจะเป็นแชมป์ในรุ่นของเฟเธอร์เวทเราก็จะมีแชมป์คนต่างชาติครั้งแรกให้กับงานของวันชินคัพนะครับส่วนในคู่สุดท้ายในรุ่นไลท์เวทเนี่ยผมว่าเขาน่าจะดูจากสไตล์เนี่ยเป็นเหมือนเขาเรียกว่าเป็นบรอเลอร์กันทั้งคู่เลยคืออาวุธหนักแล้วก็ซัดกันแบบชนิดที่ว่าใส่กันไม่ยั้งผมว่าน่าจะมีความดุเดือดเข้มข้นทีเดียวเลยครับน่าดูมากสำหรับ3คู่ในรอบชิงที่จะถึงนี้นะครับ
ค่ะขอบคุณคุณปลายมากค่ะ
ขอบคุณมากครับ
แล้วตอนนี้ทุกท่านก็คงกำลังรออยู่แล้วนะคะเรากลับไปพบ
to do the translation for you, John.
You have a speech to
That's
give.
yeah. I'm going to try and summarize that very quickly. Kun Plai was saying that he's been very impressed with such a diverse skill set that he's seen, both the techniques, the way in which people are approaching the fights this evening, as well as where everyone's from. In the first fight that we've got coming up, in the first final fight, the bantamweight fight, very exciting, two very different styles coming in to meet each other. And John, I'm going to be honest with you, that to me is also the most exciting fight coming up. As for the featherweight, both foreigners, we have South Africa against America, so it's interesting to see foreigners come in and compete here at the amateur level and be finalists. As for the fifth and final, the final fight, the third, the lightweight bout, it's got two heavy hitters, two people who are really going for it, and it should be an exciting matchup. That was a very summarized version.
You did a good job. I will pat you on the back, sir. For anybody that doesn't know, linguist with the most, Mark Abbott. Again, getting it done. John Adam, I'll give you a shout out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was playing golf with him yesterday.
Okay, how's that guy doing?
Yeah, he's doing great,
There are not many Farangatang, round eyes, big white people that speak Thai the way that man does. And you right here.
I just want to say for the record that I beat him thoroughly in golf. I didn't. I'm lying. I didn't.
The opponent, red corner coming out. Sirirot gets a good yell.
The old bow and arrow from the white crew, which you unfortunately don't get to do in MMA. These guys, when they're fighting in Muay Thai, they do the white crew, which is a sort of dance to show respect to your teacher and the art itself. They don't get to do that when they come in and fight MMA. So you can see the bow and arrow shooting there was from his white crew dancing. This guy here was showing us some very, very creative striking in the first fight against his opponent, Alexander. So this should be interesting to see, because we have effectively from the first round seen that we have a striker against a ground fighter.
Yes.
And generally speaking, when you have a striker against a ground fighter, generally speaking at this level, the ground fighter is going to do a little bit better because they take him down to the ground. But that being said, this is some really high-level striking. I'm really excited about this fight, John.
Well, there we go with the tail of the tape for this bantamweight tournament finals. Sirirot in the red corner, Sita in the blue corner, and the man in the middle, Mr. John Lai, going over those final instructions we've heard so many times in the back room. No elbows, no knees to the head of a grounded opponent. Only ankle locks, only straight ankle locks for your leg locks. And again, no small joint manipulation or pressure point strikes, including the back of the head and the spine.
So this is it. Again, doesn't matter whether you like standing fighting or ground fighting, the fights always start standing up. And a massive back spinning kick there.
Goes to put the foot right into the face, misses, gets grounded.
You can see here it's definitely in Sita's interest to keep this fight down, and he thoroughly drove that takedown to make sure that it stays on the ground, because he doesn't want a piece of that stand-up action.
And we are right up against the turnbuckle of the OneShin Cup cage, right in the judge's face, and he's trying from this mount position to square off, make some space, and land some Fairtex leather.
See, this is where Sirirot might just try to hold up and try to get stood back up again. That might be one of his best options here if he doesn't have a strong ground game. Sometimes sometimes they'll teach you to do that.
Right. He's locking that arm up right there.
Hold them in there, just stick it out. The ref will stand you back up. Hope your arms aren't too dead from doing that, and then you let your hands go when you're striking again on the stand-up.
Finally, somebody listened to me, and they put their heels in there and launched their hips up as he puts him up against the cage right now and switches position.
Very slick, very slick.
We are in the reverse right now, and the legs come high up, almost looking for a triangle possibly, is the blue corner. Sita. Sita, once again, we're getting to see what he knows off of his back. Knowledge is power, and these young Thai fighters need to drop some knowledge.
We'll also see how bold Sirirot is with his striking from this position to not get caught in any kind of a triangle, any kind of an arm triangle there.
Right. Great movement by Sirirot. Great movement.
Yeah, he's really just kept the pressure right in there, moved all the way around.
Brings the knees up to secure the body position as well. So effectively using his ground game here in round 1 of this finals in the bantamweight category. Goes for the arm bar right off the bat. Now he's sitting in a great position, very high up, and he's trying to wrench that arm back.
He's going to get it. He's going to get it. He's going to get it.
Brings the leg over the head.
He's not. Wow.
And his opponent's out. Very good grappling right there, had by both men.
I'm very surprised to see Sirirot going for an armbar. Unfortunately for him, he didn't get it. A lot of people don't realize they are actually a lot more difficult to get than we see them so frequently, and it seems like such a basic move, but it's so easy to find yourself rotating left or right, and then your opponent can just bend their elbow and pull out of it, and that's exactly what just happened there. And unfortunately, Sirirot's found himself on the ground here on the bottom. Oh, yes. No, as soon as I say that, does he reverse it and get himself on top? Well, tell you what, John, I've been very impressed with Sirirot's ground game here. I did not expect to see this level.
And for that, as we come to the end of round 1, his wrestling ability, because he was using his body positioning to...
When he rotated around like that, that was really, really good wrestling skills. Yeah, for sure.
We will check out the M Storm replay as that first round is in the books.
For sure. John, how would you approach this second round if you were Sita? Bearing in mind, you definitely don't want to strike. Would you see if you could strike?
Yes.
Try and stay technical with Sirirot? Because Sirirot's striking's good.
Change it up. Change it up. Again, you've tried to implement your game plan and it wasn't working in round 1. You need to capitalize. You know that you're going, if you go the distance now, man, could be anybody's game. And you do not want to leave it in the judge's hands. No fighter does.
Nah, no one wants to leave it in the judge's hands. Again, Sita might want to try and do some level changes here, mix things up a little bit, keep his opponent guessing. You know, if you're Sita, you know that Sirirot's expecting you to go for a takedown. You might be able to capitalize off of something like that. Knowing what your opponent expects you to do, you can use as a weapon.
Cage door is shut and locked. 3 judges are checked with at cage side, and we are underway with round number 2. Ranging each other out right off the bat, and again, comes with the spin.
Yeah, I'm loving those spin kicks.
Goes straight up. Ooh, great one. Went up with the kick and over with the roundhouse.
Look at him facing forward, like his shoulders are dead square. Look at Sirirot's shoulders are dead square, almost at his opponent. Really looking to unleash that right.
Again, almost braces it off the head and then gets the takedown.
Wow.
You would have liked him to have stayed up, didn't you?
But I'm just really impressed with Sirirot going for that. He went for the spinning back kick, but then changed levels as his opponent came in and dropped him to the ground. That was really high level. For amateur MMA, that was a fantastic understanding of range and level changes.
And again, brings the knee up to control the body. Let's see if he goes for the knee on belly as he slides up. Sita, again, doing a great job. We go over to the Big Brother headlock.
Big Brother headlocks. It's the hallmark of amateur MMA.
Yes. And we flip over. Great grappling, stalemates each other, and we are back onto our feet. A little bit of a hip toss, turned over.
And Sirirot's almost got his back. He needs to get what he can do, really lay down some heavy work and possibly try and end the fight.
Well, it is getting very intense here in the JSL arena. The crowd is going wild, and they are giving some noise for these 2 combatants who are putting it all on the line here. The OneShin Tournament Bantamweight Finals. Comes up very high, bringing the legs up. Almost again, looks like he could have been going for a triangle or a submission. And now the hammer fist, just a little bit little bit of rabbit love.
After watching so many fights in the global rule set, John, I'm always expecting the soccer kick. They're not there.
Not here in the amateur.
For a good reason as well.
Good right combo, left. Goes more spinning stuff. The kids love it. Brings people to the yard. That is the end of this bout. We will go to the judges' scorecards.
John, if that had gone into the third round, I think Sita would have really started to do well. I think Sita was definitely... Sorry, I mean, Siri Roth is definitely happy that there are the 2 rounds there. He threw that last spinning back kick.
Siri Roth looking exhausted right now.
Yeah, he was with no energy in the tank through a spinning back kick. You very rarely see that. Usually when people don't have any energy in the tank, they kind of throw low leg kicks, like a lazy jab. But he went for
went all.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Absolute tornado was Siri Roth, and he's getting cheered on by his cornermen right now. But he does look a little exhausted as they bring both in.
Yeah, he looks spent.
John Lai grabs the hands of both men as we look at the M-Storm replay, and we head over to the host with the most, your MC, for your official announcement.
This is a unanimous decision. Suspense, John.
Suspense. It's like an M. Night Shyamalan movie in here.
Yeah, there you go, Siri Roth.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the Bantamweight Tournament presented by M-Storm and Isuzu. Your OneShin Cup Bantamweight Tournament champion, Siri Roth. Great job by both fighters. And today, it's not the best man won, the better man won.
Yeah, that was definitely, in my opinion, the right decision. That was the right call. Siri Roth, things may have changed. Had they gone into the third round, I do feel that Siri Roth's cardio wouldn't have taken him out of that third round. He needs to work on that for if he's going to go up to professional, if he's going to stick with this and do more 3-round fights. He needs to work on that because wrestling cardio is not the same as Muay Thai cardio.
Or bike cardio or any other cardio.
You can run marathons all day long. When you wrestle with people, you'll realize that it's very different. So here we have Bryson.
Bryson coming out. He's the first fighter to walk out to the cage in this featherweight 66 kg Division OneShin Tournament final round.
John, tell me he doesn't look like Luke, but with a mullet.
Yeah, they've got similar features. Similar features.
Just like younger Luke and a mullet. He, again, didn't have much of a fight on his first bout this evening, ladies and gentlemen. He received one pretty vicious kick to the leg and responded with an overhand right that knocked out his opponent. So he's very, very fresh. His opponent,
definitely KO of the night, bro. Definitely KO of the night.
For sure. And his opponent, Kavon, coming out here, very, very confident, looking very aggressive. Had a much heavier fight in his...
A grinding away first round, went into the second, got the W. But again, he's actually fought a full round, whereas Big Bryson looks amped up, energy filled. The tank is full.
Kavon looks bigger as well. Like I'd say he looks more physically imposing. He looks older.
The Ronnie Boulder shoulders are right there.
Yeah, and he looks older. He looks a bit more mature. Just musculature and just the facial features. Let's see how they go the skill set. We didn't see enough of Bryson to really make any decisions about how good he is this evening, like how good a shape he's in. Let's have a look at the weight again. So again, very similar weight here, but Kavon does just look bigger. We'll see them posing off here. I'm not talking about like massively bigger. He's just got that larger head. He's just got that larger...
You can just see the thickness, shoulder girth. And this is the featherweight finals OneShin tournament, OneShin Cup, Bangkok, Thailand. You should go there.
2 3-minute rounds, round 1. Let's see what Bryson brings here. Does he bring freshness? Both of these guys...
Well, we know that he has power. Oh, and he pops off right there.
Wow, he's really
touched.
swinging for the he's swinging for the fences here. He really is throwing some massive shots. They both are.
Little fake, gets the kick to the ribs. It's definitely hurt him. Oh man, he's juiced up. The ribs are there.
He needs to really pull this back because the referee won't let this go too long. But that was a massive kick.
Yes, and he is still wincing.
Yeah, he does not. That put the fear of God into him, didn't it, there, John?
Kevin needs to go to the body, man. Kevin needs to go back to those
Kevin
ribs,
needs
light
to
him
take
up.
down. Yeah, he wants to take down. He wants to recover that. But now he's found himself in almost a guillotine, but not quite.
Nope, the head is out now.
The head is out.
But Bryson
looks like he's. Kevin
Man.
looks like he's going to go for some kind of an armbar, but he's not got it at all.
He got those ribs barbecued, man. That was Tony Roma's style right there. Telling you, man. Wow. Again, I'm surprised that Bryson was able to get out of it because when we saw him wince and actually
I thought that
bend
was
over,
it. I thought that was it.
that looked like Scott Hands of Steel Smith when he got popped by good old Drago back in the day.
Let's see how much.
Hands coming to the face.
Let's see how much Kevon's going to try and work that body, work those ribs with kicks and punches.
As we roll over, and again, we are right up in the corner of the judges here in the OneShin Cup Tournament Finals, featherweight.
I'm just guessing Bryson's going to want to try and hold on. See, you can see Kevon's working the midsection there. He knows he's got him hurt. He's working the midsection.
Yeah, and by the way, Bryson is actually bringing up his while they're on the ground.
He's responding by moving his hand to protect his ribs.
You can tell that they're definitely bothering him.
For sure. Bryson looks like he's just trying to try and get out of this round, recompose, and go back and win in the second round. He definitely opened up very, very heavy, but that kick was an absolute game changer.
Yes, Kevin has the back. He's staying straight backpack on it. And obviously, he's going to go for that rear naked choke. It's where and when he can get it.
See, he needs to intelligently defend him. He needs to move around. There it is, yeah.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Very respectful. Although you can tell he
was really angry that he lost, but he was angry at himself. He wasn't
Correct.
angry at anything else. That was a kick that changed the fight there, John.
It was, man. When he got that shot to the ribs, it was Tony Roma's smoking ribs. It was like I'll eat that all day, man. I'll take that all day. Barbecue sauce. I'm telling you, man. And he went over. He was wincing in pain.
You know what?
Showed it all to his opponent.
A load of respect to Bryson for continuing there with heart. I mean, he continued the fight. He winced up. He didn't do a verbal tap out.
No.
He didn't raise up his hand. He didn't cut
Fully
it to
agreed,
ball.
Mark. Fully agreed, Mark. He could have just winced over, bent over. You saw it right there. I mean, he's in pain, and he kept his heart in the game.
There you go. He grabs it there, but he fought back. You know what? Enough respect to Kevin as well. Kevin saw that, knew that was what he had to work on. I could hear his coaches shouting out to work the midsection when they're on the ground. He kept on working it. While he was working it, you could see Bryson gave up position to defend the midsection, which led to the end of the fight there.
Right. Shots to the ear as it all laid down. There in the Isuzu replay. We do not want any of our fighters to get badly injured, and that was a great stoppage had here in the finals of the OneShin Cup Featherweight Tournament. Another red corner win. The Isuzu winner logo goes up for this featherweight tournament. Kevin, your OneShin Cup Tournament Featherweight champion. Giving love to Bangkok, so I got to give love to him.
Really good to see the respect again, both giving each other a lot of respect on the way out there. That was an exciting fight, John. That was a really, really exciting fight. They really showed some massive power there. They both went in there not to mess around, not to collect points. They both went in there to end that fight.
Oh yeah, ill intention on that
did.
kick. Ill intention on that kick. He didn't just try to kick into him, he kicked through him. And off we go to the lightweight finals of your OneShin tournament here at JSL Arena. Pak Pum coming out in the blue corner. The 24-year-old looking to make a name for himself here in the OneShin Cup tournament.
70 kilos coming in on weight. And have we got, is that Dechidin? Is that Dechidin cornering Parkum?
I believe it is.
Dechidin, one of the best people in the world. Deadpool, yeah.
He is a absolute superstar in my mind because the dude just has heart for days. Crazy heart.
Apparently going to be fighting soon as well. His thumb's mended.
Yeah.
Yeah, he broke his thumb. It's, apparently the doctors are astounded at how quickly it could mend. I think it's just all that positiveness that he puts out. Yeah, it's just excellent. All right, so here we have his opponent, Tanin, fighting out of the red corner.
One of these guys is going home the winner of the OneShin Cup in this lightweight division. And this is our final bout of the evening, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that is correct. Another big shout out to the guys from IMAF, Mr. Kirith Brown, the president of the International Mixed Martial Arts Federation. And Mr.
Also shout out to Bly.
Oh yeah,
For
exactly.
being the president of the Thai Mixed Martial Arts Federation, sorting all these amazing fights out at both the OneShin Cup today and tomorrow the Ignite fights. Again, ladies and gentlemen, please tune in to Ignite Fight Club on Facebook and YouTube, and you can check out the fights right now, obviously, and then tomorrow, starting at around about 7 p.m.
Let's get up and let's get ill, fight fans. This is round one of your lightweight tournament finals. Pakpum in the blue corner goes for the shot, grinding his shoulder into the midriff of his opponent, trying to get better position, looking to bring it to the ground right away. Tanin, red corner, brings up the leg. Again, looking to close guard right now, and opens it back up, brings up the arm, brings up the legs again, almost going for an arm bar there. Shuffles into the scramble and gets his back taken. Pakpum looking to once again lay into him. Oh, great shots, and he's in full mount position. Full mount, raining down the gloves.
He's doing a fantastic job here. This fight will not last too much longer.
No, the referee's on top of it, and that's it. That's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. You have a winner of this OneShin tournament in the lightweight division.
That was very
fast,
one-sided. That was
very
one-sided.
fast.
You know what? You could see Tanin actually pulling him back down there for a respecting hug. And,
Yes.
you'll be a bit careful of that because it did almost look like he didn't realize the fight was over.
No, I'm totally with you. But Pakpum implemented his game plan from the very beginning. Drove the shoulder into him just like a spear in the WWE. Took his back, then, rotated around the boy so many times to then just lay the Fairtex leather onto the face, and John Lai had seen enough. Your winner, as you check out the M-Storm replay, your winner, Pakpum. Man, great times had by all here in the JSL studios. Stadium, Coliseum, Arena, Thunderdome. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, M-Storm. Pakpum, the winner of the OneShin Cup tournament of the lightweight division. Breaks off the Y. Very respectful, again, cornerstone of combat sports sportsmanship. It's been a lovely day. Mark Abbott, myself, John Nutt. Join us tomorrow for the Ignite Warrior Championships, all going down here in Bangkok, Thailand. You should go there. I think we got some award ceremonies going on right now. Who doesn't love award ceremonies, Mark?
It's always the best.
It's always the best part.
Best.
I have favorite parts of my day, and I'll tell you what, award ceremonies.
I personally like to get awards for doing very little, but it's even more impressive for guys who've just been fighting and winning tournaments. So
Exactly.
Let's give them their awards. We have 3 cups that will be given out. This is the OneShin Cup awards for the winners of our tournaments, again, in the 3 different weight categories this evening.
Bantamweight, 61 kgs, it was Sirirot. Featherweight, 66 kgs, it was Kevin. And lightweight, Pakpom, in that 70 kg division. We will be seeing them handed off their awards. Gareth Brown, president of the International Mixed Martial Arts Amateur Federation, will be handing off an award. And a big shout out to Isuzu and M Storm for gracing us with their presence. Great replays had by our team here in the JSL Arena. And this has been the OneShin Cup Amateur Thai Mixed Martial Arts Tournament. Man, it was that kick right there.
Yeah, that was a
That is a
vicious
wince of
kick.
pain right there.
And you know what? Fantastic job by Kevon by just seeing that
Yes.
and chasing it,
And
knowing he's got him
capitalizing.
hurt. Yeah.
He had him on the ground. He was breaking off those thunderous punches to him.
And also, while he was chasing him down, he didn't leave himself too open, which is also very, very highly skilled to do that. Very impressed. Again, Siri Rort, one of the winners of the tournament, doesn't look like the killer he is. He is an amazing striker.
Yeah.
But when he just smiles at you, he looks like he's gonna, he looks like he's just excited about doing his math homework.
Yep. Very,
But,
very friendly-looking gentleman, isn't he?
But
But when he squared up his shoulders, he had the rotation.
yeah, that was
He had the torque.
when you have a Muay Thai fighter look at you, smile at you, and square up his shoulders at you, you know something vicious is going to spin your way. Be prepared. Kevon just making sure he looks good. He looks good. He looks
Yep.
great.
Yeah. Well done, kudos, and congrats to everybody in the house here at the arena. But we will hand it over to the host with the most for our official announcement of our OneShin Cup MMA tournament winners. Brought to you by Isuzu.
So we will be giving out awards and medals for all the fighters, not just the tournament winners. We'll be giving them to the super fight winners of their bouts as well. As Mr. Gareth Brown,
Gentleman, scholar of the sport. I've gotten to work with him in Las Vegas. So around the world that man goes. Mr. International, Gareth Brown. And again, Olympian judo in the background.
I hope he's enjoyed his OneShin Cup. I'm sure he has.
Sure he
A
has.
fantastic production they have here.
They do a great job of hospitality here in the Kingdom of Thailand.
They're calling out the bantamweight, Siri Rod, the winner of the bantamweight tournament this evening, ladies and gentlemen.
The race is on. Young killer, I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah, he's got a bright future. Again, John, I was so impressed to see a guy with that, at the amateur level with his striking, to see the skill set he had on the ground as well. It was really, really impressive.
And if he keeps going and keeps up the well-rounded practice, that man will be a force to be reckoned with in the future.
Okay, this is the second place for the bantamweight bout. So this guy here, Sitha, coming in second.
No losers in
Cut.
the cage, but you gotta have a winner.
Generally speaking, in MMA, if you came second, you lost. But in a tournament, you came second, you actually did pretty well. So these guys came in second. They're going to give him a... I'm assuming they're going to give him a medal.
There it is.
There it is, the medal. And the winner of the featherweight bout, come on to get his trophy. And large, yeah, he's got a lot of love. And he's got a very nice trophy with a massive certificate coming his way.
Again, getting a lot of love from the audience here at JSL. They're giving him kudos, they're giving him credit, and apparently that man has won himself some fans today.
He has, and there's that massive certificate.
Things that are massive, Mark.
Yeah.
What's bigger sometimes is better.
Rangwan Chana Lerd. So it says Rangwan Chana Lerd, the overall winner of the featherweight. And the second place for the featherweight is Bryson Collins. Here will receive a medal.
Again, big smile on his face.
Yeah, he did well. He did well. I mean, again, the way in which he kept on fighting after taking that shot to the midsection was impressive.
Yes.
He was very, very angry at himself while still maintaining great composure and respect his opponent. So that's something we like to see.
Yes, kudos and congratulations to Bryson as well.
Moving on to the lightweight bout. We have the winner here, Park Hum. Winning here is going to get himself a trophy and again a massive certificate.
Did it in amazing style, man. He is the one that actually implemented his game plan.
Yeah,
and controlled the entire.
That final fight was just him. It was just what it was like he was against one of those wrestling dummies in the dojo with
Fairtex Maddox.
That's exactly it, and he just took it to his opponent.
Yeah.
And speaking of his opponent, here he is, Tanin, coming in second, getting himself a medal for his troubles this evening.
The effort that it is put in by these guys day in and day out, it all pays off with the award ceremony. We got to give big shout outs to all of the guys that did the super fights as well. So we'll be bringing up more fighters and awarding them as well. From the judges to the referees, the cast and crew of this OneShin Cup tournament has been absolutely fantastic.
So we've got Tachai for his fight. I mean, this guy here, I want him to get a trophy.
Yes.
For those of you who watched the fight, the amount of punishment his manliness took in that fight.
That's why I say 3 trophies.
3 trophies.
Yeah. Stem, ball.
I get it.
I'm telling you.
He took 2 vicious shots to his manliness and came back. You very rarely see a guy take shots like that and actually come back even better. He came back so angry, he finished that fight.
Manny Bagari got his cup broken. Remember, he got his cup broken against Javier.
And came back and won. It's almost like that's the key to success. It's taking a massive shot.
A low blow, yeah.
This is the never quit on a guillotine winner.
Yeah, exactly.
It really was not going to let that go.
And it worked out in his favor. Definitely worked out in his favor. Never quit. Never surrendered on that one, and he finally got it.
Finally got it. Anand winning his fight. Again, one of the super fights to collect a medal and a certificate. Put that up on your wall.
Oh, yeah.
Rangwan Chana Lerd, super flyweight. I do that in the Thai accent. Super flyweight.
Super. Computer.
The way it goes. Is that pocket rocket here?
Oh, yeah, man. And again, the crowd got absolutely behind this lovely little lady who definitely has the heart to go with the sport As she gets her medal put on again by Ply.
The only girl who's actually smaller than the ring girls.
Oh man, yes. She is a tiny human being. Olympic sport, throw the oi. Just shot put.
Super, super happy. I think that brings her MMA record at the amateur level up to 2-3 or 2-2. I'm not too sure. So she's going to be really, really happy with that. Now they're going to get all the fighters up. I believe they're going to get all the winners up. Let's see. So the MC is now telling us tomorrow again we have the Ignite fights tomorrow.
Ignite Warrior Championships, great packaging in terms of mixed martial arts. Remember, it's all about the packaging when it comes to combat sports. Matchups make the man. And I for one, am looking forward to seeing Matthew Dean, Ramba Samdet, and the coaches work their magic and in full effect lead their teams hopefully to victory tomorrow. Ignite Warrior Championships.
I think Gong was very, very confident about his ability to win his fights. Probably the most experienced guy on the card tomorrow.
Told me he wants to do it for Wakanda. So
for Wakanda.
Yeah, he is all about Black Panther.
So he's all about doing it for a mythical place.
Yes.
For a bunch of people that are not his people. Fantastic. Love it. Love it.
We all have to have a reason, Mark.
You find your why.
Find your why, bro.
Find your why.
From all of us at JSL Arena, Mark Abbott, myself, John Nutt, this has been the OneShin Cup Mixed Martial Arts Amateur Thai Tournament, brought to you by True For You 24, Fairtex, Ignite Fight Club, Team AF, M Storm, and Isuzu. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you from all of us to all of you. Be excellent to each other.
Wow, see.